The DubSea Fish Sticks getting ready to wrap up 14 games in 15 days tonight at the Friar, looking for their third straight home win in PIL play. Tonight they take on the Northwest Honkers at Mel Olson Stadium. Angus Trangmo and Kyle Sweeney coming to you from another beautiful day in White Center, Washington. And Kyle, we have been treated to some incredible baseball games the past couple nights.
We have. It's been two straight 9-8 victories over top PIL opponents in the Studs a couple of days ago, and then the Blackfins yesterday. This is how it went down. There's a couple of great bunts from Beckett Turnbow and then from Rodrigo Montano that scored runs, and then Noah Kuhn. This is when the team was trailing 8-7 after the Blackfins miraculously came back from a 5-0 deficit, and then Noah Benedict with his team trailing 8-7 with the game-tying RBI that scored Alex Hamada. That was a huge situation for him. And then very next batter, Braden Bartholomew, hits a grounder to Micah Bartle at third base. He slips and can't make the play, and that would eventually be the game-winning run. Finn Still shut him down 1-2-3 in the top of the ninth. And just another huge victory for this team looking to climb up the standings.
They're slowly making their way back into this PIL race, and another chance to make up some ground on the league leaders in the Seattle Studs tonight against the Northwest Honkers. The first time these two squads played, it was all Fish Sticks in Snoqualmie, a 16-1 victory for the Fish Sticks, and they are starting Kenji Bray for the second time in as many games against the Honkers today.
They are, and it was a 1-0 game for a lot of that game down in Mount Si. We were there, and the 9 runs were plated in the 4th inning, and really since then, the Fish Sticks offense has been churning. You can take a look at that game. Before that, the offense wasn't doing a whole lot. So you can kind of attribute that to the success that they've had at the plate this season. The Honkers are just 9-12 on the year, and they're 5-9 in PIL play, just in front of the Redmond Dudes down at the bottom of the barrel. But the Dudes just beat them twice in the last 2 games. So this is a team that doesn't have a lot of momentum, and the Sticks on the other side have a ton of momentum. So look for them to continue that tonight.
Fish Sticks looking for their 8th win in 9 games tonight, taking on the Northwest Honkers. Their first visit to the Friar is around the corner on the Fish Sticks Network.
Wendy's went back to the kitchen to give our famous spicy chicken sandwich a total upgrade. More crunch, more flavor, with heat that just hits. Is this our best spicy chicken ever? Looks like a yes to me. Spicy chicken just got better at Wendy's.
They always say, think happy thoughts. It's easy when you're a Wendy's Cookie Dough Frosty Fusion. I'm an instant dopamine hit. Get it? Dopamine? Like cookie dough. I said like cookie dough! Happiness is a Cookie Dough Frosty Fusion at Wendy's.
For over 15 years, As You Wish Electric has offered the comprehensive electrical solutions Seattle families trust. We are proud to announce that we can now also serve your plumbing, heating, and cooling needs. As we grow, we are committed to delivering the same knowledgeable and friendly experience that earned our spot as the region's top-rated electrical company. Contact As You Wish Electric Plumbing, Heating, and Air today to learn more.
Both head coaches meeting at home plate here at the Friar, and the Fish Sticks and Honkers getting set to go on another Bluebird here in West Seattle. Angus Trangmo and Kyle Sweeney joining you from the top row down the first base line here at Mel Olson Stadium like usual, and the first fish commenced. We have a new competitor for worst first fish.
Yeah, so Owen, Lucas, and Leo, the first time we've had 3 first fish throwers from Global Seas representatives, and so oof. Having 2 people throw 1 fish did not work out. And both of them collapsed before the plate, and ice was actually still out there. It's cleaned up a little bit, but yesterday...
It's in the grass today, as opposed to being in the dirt. Well, I guess it's all turf, but it's in the green turf as opposed to the brown turf today. But
one of these days, they're going to have a broadcast first fish, and we're going to actually go out there after critiquing all the first fish throws this season.
And we're going to do
it
exactly
ourselves.
what they did.
And probably
it's going to be horrible.
Although we did talk about the Kareem method, perhaps, of the fish.
That would be impossible to catch, though. You can see Ryder Pearson throwing routes out there to Jaden Palacios as this game gets set to go. And Kenji Bray is supposed to be starting right now against this Honkers team. It would be his second start against the Honkers this year.
Yeah, and we haven't seen him since June 21st. There's been some speculation as if He's actually going to start today. He is slated to start, but the last time, again, that these two teams met back on June 15th, it was a 16-1 victory down there at Mount Si. And Kenji Bray took the mound for 2 innings, did let up 1 earned, the only earned run of the entire game, and did let up 4 walks. So it wasn't his best, but it wasn't his worst performance of the season. But through 6 2/3 innings pitched on the year, he just has a 2.7 ERA. So he has been pitching really well, and maybe it'll be limited innings for him. Maybe he won't come out at all. Again, it's been muddied as to his status for this game. But when he has pitched this year, he's been pitching well.
Fish Sticks, again, looking for their 8th win in 9 games. And coming off 2 of the most emotionally draining baseball games I've ever been a part of. On Thursday, they battled back from down 7-0 in the 7th inning. Ended up beating the league-leading Studs 9-8. And then last night, taking down the Seattle Blackfins after blowing a 5-0 lead 9-8. There's a look at Kenji Bray.
And yeah, I mean, probably the 2 best games this summer, if you really had to stack it up entertainment-wise. But, I mean, it was a complete opposite script in both games. The Fish Sticks came back from down 7-0 in the bottom of the 7th versus the PIL leading Seattle Studs, who, again, won this morning, so they extended their PIL lead. And then yesterday, it was the Sticks who choked the lead. It was 8-7. Going into the bottom of the 8th, they were down 1 run to the Blackfins, and then it was Noah Benedict and Braden Bartholomew, who each recorded RBI singles to give them the win.
Let's look at Beckett Turnbow, who has really been hitting and playing a whole lot better out on the field. Alex Amata getting the start at second. He's also started to kick it into gear as of late. Isaac Watson getting the start at first. So a rare off day for Braden Bartholomew in this lineup as well, after just an electric start to the week for him. And it looks like Kenji Bray will not be starting this game. Still over in the medical tent. So no Bray. We're trying to get an ID on it right now. Looks like Rodrigo Montano is going to get the start for the Fish Sticks. That is one of the only times you'll see a starting pitcher announced in the water taxi, and we don't even know who it is coming in from the corner.
Again, we were aware that Kenji Bray was going to make the start, but again, that status was muddied, and it will be Rodrigo Montano taking the mound.
So now it's time for the national anthem before we get going here at the Friar, sung today by Kat Olson. Ready to go here at the Friar, and the starting lineup for the Northwest Honkers. Again, 5-9 in PIL play, currently find themselves in 5th in the PIL standings. Bryce Moser playing center field and leading off. Then Alex Chamberlain, which I think is the name to watch in this lineup. He's hitting second, playing third. He drove in the only run for the Honkers in their first game and had a multi-hit game as well. So Chamberlain, a talented guy in this lineup. He's hitting second. And Seamus Brown behind the plate, he'll be hitting third. Logan Pontecorvo, who pitched in the first meeting between these two teams, is in the cleanup spot. Then it's Jason Franzel at shortstop hitting fifth. Jordan Singleton is DHing and hitting sixth. Then Josh Parks in right field, Luke Altum at second base, and Kazushi Miwa in left field. Rounding it out for the Honkers, and they will face a surprise pitcher today, Rodrigo Montano.
Yeah, this will be Montano's sixth appearance on the mound. We last saw him on the 4th of July against the Washington A's, but he's pitched really solid this year through 8 2/3 innings, has a 3.1 ERA, but most importantly, we've seen him at the dish make some big plays, and that's what we saw 2 nights ago. He had the game-winning RBI single, a 2-run single with his team down 8-7 in the bottom of the 8th against the Seattle Studs to just make and complete a miraculous comeback, and that's one of the reasons that the Fish Sticks now, after a slow start, are competing at the top of the PIL standings.
Montano, a 3.12 ERA coming into this outing. Just a touch over the 2.70 ERA of Kenji Bray on the campaign. So can't really go wrong with either of those guys, but this is the third straight game that we've seen Noah Kung at shortstop as well, and he has been hitting great in the past couple of weeks, especially in that West Coast League trip. He was hitting well, and he's in the 2-hole day.
Yeah, and we have seen him make a couple big hits as well in the last couple of games, but there's been guys up and down this lineup that have just made huge contributions in both of the 9-8 victories that we've seen in the last couple of days, and they have been heart-throbbing action. You know, action-packed back halves of the game where you can't believe what you're seeing in both games, and it was the complete opposite on just a couple of days ago when the Fish Sticks came back. They almost blew a lead yesterday, but both the games ended the same, 9-8 victory.
First pitch of the game is high and out to Bryce Moser out in center field today. We didn't see Moser in the first matchup between these two squads. And 1-0, looks like it'll stay foul and just turn on a dime towards the Honkers dugout.
Yeah, Moser's got a lot of speed at the top of the lineup. He, again, was on the bench for the entirety of the first game between these two teams. And again, they met almost a month ago, and we talked about it yesterday when the Sticks faced off against the Blackfins. And it was just a completely different game because the Sticks have made such strides in the last month. And really, the part of the season that got this team turned around was on June 15th against the Honkers when they put up 16 runs. So this is a different team for the Fish Sticks, and they're looking to make it three PIL wins in a row.
2-1's outside to Moser, who's going into his redshirt sophomore season at Edmonds Community College, up north from here. Montano looking to avoid a leadoff runner here against the Honkers, and Moser works a 5-pitch walk to get things started here in White Center.
Yeah, he might just be cold, Rodrigo Montano. I mean, this entire team was expecting Kenji Bray to start, and now we don't even know if we're going to see Bray. He's still getting worked on over there in the Fish Sticks version of the blue medical tent out there in right field. So Montano didn't expect to start this game. He might have expected to be in this game at some point, but starting this game is a whole different deal.
So now Alex Chamberlain will come up, and he watches ball 1 upstairs. Probably the only bright spot for the Honkers in that first meeting of the year. Again, the Fish Sticks beat the Honkers 16-1 out of Mount Si High School the first time these two teams faced off, as that's fouled off. Or at least I think it's fouled off. Evan Hellner covers it anyway. Or excuse me, that's Jake Daly.
Yeah, Daly will get the call behind the dish. We saw Hellner and Barsati in each of the last couple of days. And Daly made kind of a crucial mistake behind the dish against the Studs. He completely lost a ball that the umpire accidentally kicked away, and it cost him a run. But he's been a mainstay. He's been one of the best gloves.
1-1, Moser goes. Throw from Daly a little high, and that's a stolen base for Bryce Moser here in the first. So the Honkers move one into scoring position early.
Yeah, there's the speed that Moser has at the top of the lineup. That's why you can't walk him, especially at the leadoff spot. And with a guy like Chamberlain coming up, this could be dangerous.
Montano is ahead. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Alex Chamberlain. Big lead for Moser out on second, and Montano can't find the zone for ball 2. Montano, one of the two-way guys on this team, and we've seen him more on the mound this year, but a very capable hitter as that is it. Backhanded by Noah Kung. Throw is in time to Watson. Moser will advance to third on the throw. So Chamberlain is retired, but the Honkers have a runner 90 feet away from giving them an early lead in this game, and they did strike first in the first meeting between these two squads, but from there it was all fish sticks.
Yeah, and they struck in the first inning as well. And again, it was Chamberlain who scored the only run. But that was a nice play by both Noah Kung and Bryce Moser. Kung was moving to his right, and that's a tough play for any shortstop to make. He kind of looked at second base. He made the great throw, but Moser, good heads-up play to get to third with just 1 out. That's a big base.
First lefty bat for the Honkers today is Seamus Brown. So advantage Montano in this matchup, but Brown catching today, hitting third. That's covered up by Daly. Nice stop right there. Moser has already manufactured a scoring opportunity for the Honkers with his legs in this inning. Probably was looking to go if that got by Jake Daly right there.
Yeah, that's what Jake Daly does so well behind the plate. Albeit the error that cost him a run just a couple days ago, he's really good at keeping balls in front of him.
1-1, hooked for ball 2.
Brown came in and pinch hit at the 2-hole spot in their last meeting on June 15th. He was 0 for 1. So we haven't seen much, and neither of the fish sticks, of Seamus Brown.
Big cut, and that is fouled off of Brown's front leg. He'll take a lap over towards the fish sticks dugout. So that's strike 2.
Montano, you know, not at the surface level, doesn't look like a big strikeout guy. He struck out 12. As that one hits Brown. But he struck out 12 in his 8 2/3 innings of work, and that also includes a 7 strikeout performance in 3 2/3 innings against Elevate Northwest in his second to last pitching matchup back on June 28th.
So Brown is hit in a 2-2 count. There's no dodging that one if you're Seamus Brown. And now runners on the corners, only 1 down for the cleanup hitter, Logan Pontecorvo. First pitch to him is a wave and a miss. The first swing and miss we've seen all day from the Honkers.
Yeah, Montano does like a heavy dosage of the fastball, does also boast a changeup and a good-looking slider as well.
Covered up by Daly once again. Everyone's got to stay put. So that's ball 1.
Daly's done a great job early of protecting that run and keeping Bryce Moser over there at third base. That's the second time now. Ball's been in the turf. He's been able to keep it in front.
Pontecorvo started his baseball career at San Diego State and then transferred to Oregon Tech for last season. That's 1-1, and Daly has been busy in the early stages tonight.
Again, Montano didn't expect to be the starting pitcher tonight, and I think it's showing just a little bit. Don't usually see him lose control like this early. Still no runs across, though.
Check on that, gets away from Watson. Moser will now break for home, and he's going to score standing up. It rolls into the Fish Sticks dugout, and the Honkers are gifted a run here in the top of the first inning. It's 1-0 Northwest.
Yeah, Isaac Watson has seen very limited run at first base. Braden Bartholomew gets the day off. We've seen him drop a couple of balls at first base this season, and there's another one. That time it cost him a run.
Honkers on the board first in this one, as Daly's got to cover up another ball on the turf. That misses down low to Pontecorvo for ball 3. I think you're right. Montano, maybe it was scheduled for him to pitch at some point in this game, but now that he's kind of been thrown into the fire in this game, just hasn't had the same controls we usually see. As that ball was pieced, but foul down the first base line.
Yeah, and again, this is a Fish Sticks team that beat the Honkers 16-1 already this year. They're coming off of 2 incredible wins over the top 2 in the standings in the PIL, and this is not an ideal start right now against the Honkers.
3-2, and that runs inside, so it's a free base for Logan Pontecorvo. Still only 1 down here in the top of the first, and the Honkers threatening for more after already plating 1 here in the first.
Yeah, it's now 2 walks and a hit by pitch for Montano. Just doesn't look quite ready. And again, it's not really his fault either.
Here's Jason Franzel in the 5-hole. Again, still no hits for the Honkers today, as that's a big cut. And a miss for strike 1. Franzel played out his college career at Shoreline Community College and Campbellsville University. I don't think I've ever heard of that one.
It's a rarity for you.
Counts 0-2. That's kind of hurting my pride that I don't know that school.
Yeah, Jason Franzel was in the class of 2021 in high school. I graduated in 2022 in high school, and I just graduated college. So this is a guy that's been out of college for a little bit now, and now is getting some run with the Honkers.
Behind 0-2 to Montano right here. That's up and out, and Daly is all over it once again. I mean, he's had to be all over the place in this first frame of action. Campbellsville University is in Campbellsville, Kentucky. I was unfamiliar. 1-2, and that is outside once again.
And it looks like Montano is just trying to force a strikeout on the outside part of the zone. He went off speed the pitch before, then went fastball. Franzel's been behind on his fastball in the zone. Montano is shaking off a couple of pitches. I wonder if he's thinking the same thing.
Two upstairs for ball 3. Not a horrible miss right there, but now Montano a pitch away from his 3rd walk of the first inning. This would load the bases with the Honkers still having only 1 away, and it does just that. 3rd walk for the Honkers in 5 batters, and the bags are packed with only 1 down.
And now the coaching staff's looking towards the bullpen. It looked like this was going to be a bullpen game regardless, but this would be an early exit for Montano. A ground ball here would save everything. That's exactly what he's going to try to force.
This is high once again, this time to Jordan Singleton, who's DHing today. This is already, you could argue that this is already more offensive pressure than the first game combined for the Northwest Honkers. So that's fouled into the parking lot.
Yeah, the Honkers are a pretty veteran squad. A lot of their players have had deep careers in college, so this is a more than capable team. But the Fish Sticks gave them all they could handle in game 1, especially on the offensive end. So this is not the start that they wanted.
Singleton, that's flied into right field, maybe gets down, but Benedict's all over it. That'll keep the runner at 3rd. Nice play by Noah Benedict, and he calls everyone off. Well, everyone meaning one guy, Alex Amato, who just hits the deck out there and right. And the runner's kept on 3rd. That's a big out for Montano and the Sticks.
It is. He got Singleton out front on an off-speed pitch. He kind of just lunged at it, and Benedict has a ton of speed. He had a great game yesterday, too. So he's in the 3-hole spot and in right field again. That was a great play to save a run.
Honkers still with a chance to really get out of the blocks hot today with Josh Parks up. Bases loaded, 2 down. They've already plated a run in this inning.
If Montano's able to come out of this feels like the minimum amount of runs he could let up in this situation with 3 walks and a hit by pitch this inning.
1-0 in there for strike 1. Haven't seen too many called strikes from Montano in this first inning either, so good to see one right there.
Parks was 0 for 4 with 3 Ks in the first outing.
Outside ball, too, just missed. A few groans here at the Friar.
Montano now up to 33 pitches this inning.
Probably going to be a short outing for him. 2-1 on the way. Cut on and missed by Parks. Parks spent his last year of college eligibility at Adams State in 2026, so freshly out of Colorado. I believe Adams State is in Colorado.
Another RMAC school with Colorado School of Mines, which is where Montano goes.
Let's foul back. That sounded like it broke something.
Was our Nat mic that definitely just crashed into. That could be an expensive foul ball.
Sounds fine to me.
Well,
we're still getting the feed that we were before. It just wasn't pretty. There it is. Wow.
Okay.
Just a direct shot.
Yeah.
2-2 on the way for Montano. Honkers, no hits in this inning, but bases loaded, 2 down. Already with a 1-0 lead and up once again. Maybe a little outside as well. Count is full, so this is mentally, I think, a big pitch in the early stages of this one. Montano looking to limit the damage. He does. That's a big swing and a miss, but the Honkers are on the board first here at the Friar. Didn't need a hit to do it, but they score 1 run in the top of the first, and the Fish Sticks get their first chance at the plate on the other side of the break.
For over 15 years, As You Wish Electric has offered the comprehensive electrical solutions Seattle families trust. We are proud to announce that we can now also serve your plumbing, heating, and cooling needs. As we grow, we are committed to delivering the same knowledgeable and friendly experience that earned our spot as the region's top-rated electrical company. Contact As You Wish Electric Plumbing, Heating, and Air today to learn more.
Once upon a home, in a Seattle bungalow, the Huffs searched on Thumbtack to find their next pro. Now the job is all done and the table is set. The hot dogs taste better on their fancy new deck. Start your home story on Thumbtack.
Honkers with a quick strike on the Fish Sticks today. It's 1-0 here in the middle of the first, and the runs scored on a pickoff throw from Rodrigo Montano that just got by Isaac Watson and rolled into the Fish Sticks dugout. The Honkers didn't even have a hit in that inning and scored 1 and left the bases loaded.
Yeah, I kind of mentioned it last inning, but that was the minimum amount of runs that could come in if you're Rodrigo Montano. He just lost control after he really wasn't set to start that game and walked 3 and hit 1. So it's kind of a miracle that only 1 came across. So now it's time for the Sticks to emulate exactly what they did on offense in the last game and starting right now.
Dylan Vele knows all too well what the Fish Sticks did to the Honkers last time out. He was the starter in that game as well, and he went 3 strong innings to start that game, only gave up a single run. But then the 4th inning, the floodgates broke open. He started that 4th inning where the Fish Sticks plated 8 runs, and now he gets another crack at this lineup, headlined as usual by Rylan Gullard in the leadoff spot.
Yeah, Vele, 4 innings pitched, 11 hits, 7 earned runs, and just 1 strikeout. So he is not looking to emulate that. The Fish Sticks offense has been hot as of late, and especially in the last 2 games against tougher PIL opponents. So they're looking to continue that momentum. Rodrigo Montano, again, wasn't expected to start, so kind of a sluggish, slow start to this game, but that's what happened the last time these 2 teams played. So the Fish Sticks are looking to turn things around here in the bottom of the first and start to get the momentum going.
So here's Gullard, started a brand new hit streak yesterday with a couple infield singles, but had a 21-game hit streak that was snapped in that wild win on Thursday against the Studs. Gullard, Kung, Benedict due up for the Sticks here in the bottom of the first, and they will be facing off against Dylan Vele. First pitch to Gullard. Oh my goodness. Just taking a beating back there is our Nat sound, Mike. And that's the first time we've seen Gullard offer at the first pitch in a while.
Yeah, he's taken a much more patient approach as of late.
And everything's been working so far. I mean, he's consistently been at 320 all year, just like he was last year at Linfield University. And I don't imagine a time he'll come out of this top part of this lineup.
1-1 is in there from Vele for strike 2. Obviously, that stat line was gaudy by the end, but Vele was good in those first 3 innings. That one unearned run that he gave up was in those first 3. So he went 3 innings with no earned runs against this lineup, but it just got off the rails in Snoqualmie in that 4th inning, and the Fish Sticks dominated from that point on. 2-2, and that's a swing and a miss. So Vele starts with a K of Rylan Gullard.
Yeah, that's an uncharacteristic swing from Gullard. You won't see him chase, especially anything up high in the zone. So a dream start for Vele. That's the toughest out in the Fish Sticks lineup. That one was near the shoulders. You could see Gullard was a little bit mad at himself for that one.
Now Kung offers it the first pitch from Vele, and he did go around for strike 1. Kung hitting .340 on the year, getting on base almost half the time. To be exact, a .492 on base percentage. And he'll build on that right here. That one just hits him square in the shoulder, and he is on base.
It's the 2nd game in a row that Noah Kung's been hit by a pitch, and pretty much in the exact same spot. He took one in the left shoulder yesterday, so just been standing in the zone. And as you know, if you played baseball, you know that the bench loves it when you just stand in there and take one right on the shoulder. And he's on base, and that's what the Fish Sticks need right now as base runners, especially with this guy coming up.
Noah Benedict, a huge day yesterday, a 3-hit game, including a game-tying single in that decisive bottom of the 8th last night against the Blackfins. Oh, and almost gets by Seamus Brown, but covered up. Kung, no stranger to stealing bases either. He led all of King County High School baseball in stolen bases his senior year of high school at Eastlake with former Fish Sticks head man Elliot Kribbe. Benedict ahead 2-0.
Yeah, Benedict kind of broke out with a double and a home run about a week ago in the 7th and the 8th innings of a game against the Washington A's. And then yesterday, 3 for 4, 2 RBIs, had a couple doubles, including one that was hit so hard it ricocheted off the first baseman, Michael Singleton, and sent him out of the game.
2-0, that is hit hard as well. Up against the wall, and it's off the wall. Kung's getting the wave around third. Benedict will be safely into second. The Fish Sticks with a quick response here in the bottom of the 1st. It's 1-1.
And no one is hotter on this baseball team right now than Noah Benedict. After 2 doubles yesterday, he comes out. I thought it was gone off the bat. That's a deep part of the ballpark there, right next to the scoreboard. And Noah Benedict, that could have been a triple with his speed, but man, he is on a heater right now and at the right time as the season begins to wind down a little bit, but they just strike right back after that run in the 1st inning.
So we're back to square one here at the Friar. It is 1-1 here in the bottom of the 1st, and the Fish Sticks still threatening. Now they've got Evan Hellner at the plate. First pitch he sees is on the outside third for strike 1.
It's got to feel so good for Noah Benedict, too, because he started out the season so hot and then really hit a cold stretch really towards late June, early July, and has just gotten all of that back.
Hellner hot in his own right this season as well, and he pops that up into center field. Bryce Moser has all kinds of time to camp under that. Benedict will tag up for third, and the throw will be nowhere close to beating him. So now he's 90 feet away from getting the Fish Sticks an early lead, and Riley Sonoy will come up.
Yeah, we saw Hellner yesterday just blast 3 really hard ground balls to the right side of the infield, all of which were called out. And he's kind of just missing the baseball by millimeters right now. He's got such a healthy batting average this year, but has been getting unlucky in the past couple of games. And Riley Sonoy is trying to come back after his groin injury about a week ago.
Seems like we've had some power issues here at the Friar. We've had some fuses blow throughout the summer, and our stream might be experiencing some difficulties, but you can still hear us. I'll call this like radio for the time being.
Here we go.
They can see it, Connor? We can't even see it as Sonoy loops that into left center. It's a tough play out there. It's hauled in by Jason Franzel. That looked difficult. He was tracking back the whole way, but Sonoy is recorded out, and the Fish Sticks battle right back in the bottom of the first. 1-1 through 1 here at the Friar. We are going to try to get our power back on the scoreboard here at the stadium during this break.
For over 15 years, As You Wish Electric has offered the comprehensive electrical solutions Seattle families trust. We are proud to announce that we can now also serve your plumbing, heating, and cooling needs. As we grow, we are committed to delivering the same knowledgeable and friendly experience that earned our spot as the region's top-rated electrical company. Contact As You Wish Electric Plumbing, Heating, and Air today to learn more.
So just as Kyle and I suspected, that was the only inning of the day for Rodrigo Montano. In the top of the first, he gives up one. The Fish Sticks pull right back. We're even going into the second, and now it's Cole Miller coming in for the Sticks.
Yeah, so we might see a record amount of pitchers right now. Again, we mentioned in the opening, this is the 14th game in 15 days. And then this team gets 1 day off tomorrow, and then 6 straight games after that. So they might be trying to conserve some arms going into the next week, especially after such a demanding schedule. But Cole Miller, he started the season not the best, but he has been really dialing it in since then. This will be his 9th appearance of the summer. He's pitched 12 innings. And again, didn't start great, but right now his ERA is at 3.75. So it has been really clean work over the past 3 or so appearances for Cole Miller.
Miller also threw 2 scoreless innings against this Honkers team in the first meeting, all the way back on June 16th. And first offering of the day, way high. Jake Daly, more work here in the second.
Yeah, Miller trying to not do what Rodrigo Montano did and kind of shoot yourself in the foot a little bit. So that one's fouled off, but Montano, again, didn't realize that he was going to start this game, and he was a little shaky. He had 3 walks and a hit by pitch. Montano's been pitching so well this season, and he was able to come away with just 1 run allowed. But Miller has now been dialed in for an inning, so we'll see if he can pound the zone a little bit better.
Ahead 1-2 on Alton right here. It's 8-9-1 due up for the Honkers. They went through 7 batters in that first inning and were only able to bring home 1, and against an offense that has been working as well as the Fish Sticks have. If you're the Honkers, you almost feel like you need to come out of that with more.
Yeah, the bases were loaded with just 1 gone. There was a fly out that Noah Benedict came in and hustled in to save a run, and then a strikeout after that.
That's up high from Miller for ball 2. Dylan Vele gave up a run in the bottom of the first inning for the Honkers, but we saw him go 4 deep in that first game. You can expect him to be a de facto starter for this team today as the count fills up to Alton.
Might almost be something that you see in the MLB quite often, where a reliever comes in to start out the first inning, and then the starting pitcher comes in after that and goes 5 or 6 innings. We see that quite often in the majors, and as you said, this could happen right now with Cole Miller.
Counts 3-2 to Alton, who played at Eastern Oklahoma State last year, and that's another walk to get this second inning started. So 3 walks for Montano in the first inning, and now Cole Miller starts his day with a base on balls.
Yeah, the Sticks pitching staff, for as good as they were in the first meeting against this team, did allow 8 walks. So free base runners are not going to help them in the long run of this game, and right now they've already allowed 5 free base runners, 4 walks and a hit by pitch.
So here's Kazushi Miwa playing out in left today. He shows bunt, and that ball gets by Jake Daly. Alton will cruise into second base, and quickly another runner in scoring position for the Honkers here in this game.
Yeah, this is a pretty sluggish start in the field. can't really say anything else about it for the Sticks. They're lucky they got away with just one run in the top of the first, so we'll see what the Honkers can do this time around.
That's flied into shallow right. Hamada and Benedict both charging in on Benedict. Once again, will call off Hamada and make the play. We saw Benedict get a couple tough reads on fly balls yesterday on two of the biggest hits of the game in the grand scope of that wild 9 innings we saw last night. But already a nice couple plays out in shallow right field for him, and he's got an RBI double in this game, but it's good to see the glove clicking as well tonight.
Yeah, and we saw a couple of times this season pop flies where the Sticks miscommunicated with each other and it ended up being a hit. That time, that was Benedict's ball coming in, and it was nicely done to call off Hamada there at the last second.
Shout out Gavin George, who looks like he's watching the stream down on the bench as that's fouled back by Moser. It's his second time up. He walked the first time in the box today.
Gavin George was having such a great season. It just sucks to see him not able to get back on the diamond. He was hitting .389 before a hamstring injury has effectively ended his summer.
Runner on second, one down here for the Honkers. Both teams traded runs in the first inning, and that's going to get down for Moser. Altum coming into home. The throw just barely misses out. 2-1 Northwest Honkers. Great slide from the right side of the plate by Altum, and Northwest right back out in front in this game.
Yeah, it's a great piece of hitting by Bryce Moser. And that was a nice job by Rylan Gullard coming in from center field. He got a great jump and a great hop on that grass in the outfield. Made a great throw, but Daly just missed the tag. We had a great angle of the tag, and it looked like he missed by about a ½ inch. And just like that, the Honkers back up 2-1.
And with the top of the lineup on the way, as it looks like Mark Lynn will go confirm that call. We had about as good of a look as anyone in this stadium, and I think we both agreed that that tag just barely missed Luke Altum on his way home. And home plate up, not having any of it. It's 2-1 Honkers as Alex Chamberlain will come up for the second time today. He grounded out over to Kung at short the first time around. Moser did advance to second on the throw as well, so still a runner in scoring position for this Honkers team.
Already more runs for the Honkers in the second inning than they did all of last game between these two.
That one slices in for strike one. Here's another look at that throw and that tag. I mean, just barely. It doesn't get closer than that, but we both saw it perfectly crystal clear. I think Altum got around, and that's a great slide from him.
Yeah, using the thin turf to his advantage, but again, just evaded that tag from Jake Daly. And the catchers so far this season have kind of had trouble fielding that exact catch. And yesterday, Evan Hellner was going to probably tag out a runner, and that was the go-ahead run in the 8th inning before it plunked off his helmet. So that was really unfortunate.
Big lead for Moser over at second. He'll stay put, and Chamberlain into left field. Riley Sonoy moving over to his left, and there's 2 gone. Chamberlain 0 for 2 on the day, so the Fish Sticks handling him well.
After his 2 for 4 performance in the first game, it's nice to see for the Sticks staff that he's been retired his first 2 times up. But a shout out to Riley Sonoy. The left side of the field, both infield and outfield, have been having a lot of trouble in the last 2 days with the sun, and it looked like he had trouble coming off the bat, but he tracked that well. He's got the sunglasses on, which is a good sign. We've seen a couple of players make some drops in the infield without sunglasses on.
I have a feeling that's been discussed as everyone on the left side of the field is wearing sunglasses. Now Daly throws and Turnbow wasn't at the bag, and that's going to score another run for the Honkers. Bryce Moser crosses home plate for the second time today. Just a miscommunication right there. And it's 3-1 Honkers.
Yeah, that was just compounding on itself right there for Jake Daly, and he should have seen that Turnbow wasn't really ready for that one and just held it. And that's the second mistake behind the dish from Jake Daly that we've seen in as many games. And now it's 3-1 Honkers.
So bases are clear. Honkers lead by 2 here in the top of the second inning. Brown ahead 2-0 on Cole Miller. And that's down and in. I mean, when you see a play like that, it obviously brings back up that play that happened that gave the Studs that 7-0 lead that they eventually blew. And it hasn't just been Daly. There have been a lot of instances where catchers just haven't had the right play in their pocket.
Yeah, that one finally finds the zone, but now through 54 combined pitches between Montano and Cole Miller, 29 of them have been balls and 25 of them have been strikes. So the Sticks are struggling to find the strike zone.
And that, I mean, I don't think Cole Miller knows where that missed, and I'm not sure either of us do either, but that's another walk issued by the Fish Sticks pitching staff, and Seamus Brown is on with a 2-out free base. Still only 1 hit in this game for the Honkers, but they lead 3-1.
Yeah, 5 walks and 1 hit by pitch right now. 6 free bases. That is just not a recipe for winning games here for the Sticks. So we'll see if Miller can close out this inning.
Pontecorvo, one of the many that has been walked by the Fish Sticks today, worked to walk on Montano his first time up, and first pitch to him is a ball.
It's now 5 straight for Miller.
One on the way. That is into center field, but right at Rylan Gullard. And he'll get the Fish Sticks out at the top of the second inning, but 1 in the first, followed by 2 in the second. And the Honkers with an early lead here at the Friar. It's 3-1 in the middle of the second.
You ever wonder how Crispy gets to the Friar for games? He uses King County Metro's Rapid Ride H-Line. King County Metro, the official commute of your DubSea Fish Sticks.
Once upon a home in the Issaquah Highlands, the Parkers used Thumbtack for a new kitchen island. Now the pizza is cooking and the kids are excited. Thank goodness for Thumbtack and all it provided. Start your home story on Thumbtack.
Honkers out in front on the Fish Sticks in the early stages here at Mel Olson Stadium. It's 3-1 Northwest. Heading into the bottom of the second, Alex Hamada, Jake Daly, and Beckett Turnbow due up for the Sticks.
Yeah, it's been not the best start for the Fish Sticks in the field. Noah Benedict did have an RBI double to kind of maintain things here in this game, but this is Bryce Moser with an RBI single up the middle to make it 2-1. Jake Daly couldn't apply the tag. And then a pass ball from Daly. Daly threw it over to Beckett Turnbow, who wasn't expecting it, and then Moser would come around to score. So 5 walks, 1 hit by pitch between Montano and Cole Miller, and then that error got another run. So it has been everything but clean through these first 2 innings in the field. We'll see if the Sticks bats can kind of help clean that up, and hopefully the field can tidy things up a little bit.
Only 1 hit for the Honkers in the first 2 frames, and they turned it into 3 runs and a 2-run lead as we enter the bottom of the second inning. Alex Hamada will lead off, playing at second base today, hitting .239 on the year.
Yeah, he's been in for Tyler Eisenhut, who in his last game against the Studs was 3 for 3, including a 2-run double to help kind of spark that rally. And I got to talk to Eisenhut before the game. He said he kind of nicked something in his hamstring, was his exact words. And he'll be back on Monday, so nothing too crazy for Eisenhut. It'll be nice to see him back on the field.
Hamada quickly behind 0-2 on Vele. Vele hit Kung with a pitch and then allowed that RBI double to Noah Benedict, but outside of that, he struck out Rylan Gillard and then a couple outs of Hellner and Sonoy, and Hamada grounds that over to second base where Luke Altum is waiting, and there's one gone here in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, Vele, other than that double that he led up to Noah Benedict, which scored a run where he hit someone, he hit Noah Kung in the shoulder, he's been very clean. He only had 12 pitches in the first inning, 8 of which were strikes, so looking a lot like the first 3 innings of the last time these two teams played.
Daly, that is into shallow center field, and Altum can't handle it. It gets down. It'll be an E4, but Jake Daly is aboard in his first time up today, and now Beckett Turnbow strides up to the plate with a runner on.
Yeah, if you've never been in the outfield grass here at the Friar, it is thick, and when you're focusing as a fielder because you're not wearing spikes because you're in the turf, it can get a little thick out there, and it can kind of feel like you're running in mud. And I think the fielders, it's not the first time an infielder has missed a pop fly in the outfield, and I think that's a big reason why.
First pitch to Turnbow finds the zone for strike one. Vele, teammates with Vaughn Lowe of the Fish Sticks at Tacoma Community College. Threw a shutout gem on July 3rd. In one of his more recent outings. Counts 1-1.
Yeah, Turnbow had a tough day yesterday. He did strike out 4 times, but he had a fantastic bunt single that scored a run, and a crucial run at that. He's had a couple RBI singles on that bunt this year.
1-1, that is skied foul. Dylan Vele only at 19 pitches in this game, so Fish Sticks going after pitches early in the count. And while they have plated a run and have a runner on here, it's been efficient work for Vele regardless. Turnbow, another foul ball. He'll stay alive.
And Turnbow has had a turnaround season at the dish. We talked about it yesterday. He was just 2 for his first 17, and it took 10 at-bats to get his first hit, but now he's hitting .278, and he's got 8 hits in his last 6 games. So it's been really turning it around, and on the mound, too. He's put together a couple of great appearances in relief.
1-2, he leaves a B, and it's down and away. For the second ball of the count, Isaac Watson on deck for the Sticks. We haven't seen him in the lineup in a few days, and then it's back to Rylan Gillard at the top of the card. Daly reached on an error by Altum over at second base. 2-2, and that runs in on the ankles.
Kind of unfortunate. One of the kids that Rylan Gillard was signing the balls for is wearing an Erling Haaland jersey. Tough one that just went final a couple hours ago.
We can still be very proud of Norway and what they did at this World Cup.
We can.
Daly breaks on a 3-2 count. Turnbow into left field. Doesn't have quite enough carry as Miwa will stand up right before the warning track and make the play, and Daly hustles back to first. 2 gone in the second.
Yeah, that ball looked like it almost had a chance. We saw Turnbow triple to that part of the ballpark just a couple of games ago. A good heads-up play by Daly, who, again, was trying to steal second to get back to first base.
So here's Isaac Watson in the 9-hole today. Honkers talking something out here. Don't know exactly what it is. And looks like we will have an umpire discussion to
He's going to throw it a second.
Sort some things out. I think what they're arguing is that Jake Daly passed second on the steal and then didn't touch second on the way back. So that's why they tag second. You can see he touches second the first time around right there, and then on the way back, ooh.
They might have a point.
Wow.
That was a great heads up by the Honkers bench, and really there's no way for the umpires to review that, and if they didn't see it, they're just going to have to go with the call on the field, which, man, that was a great eye by the Honkers, and Jake Daly escapes with one there.
Great eye by our replay team as well. We're the only people with replay in the entire stadium up here. But we'll keep that one to ourselves, and Daly stays over at first base as first pitch to Isaac Watson is down for ball 1.
What do you think the reception would be if we went and talked to the umpire and said, "Hey, we saw the replay. He's actually out at second base."
Horrible.
Yeah, I don't think
that would be the worst thing I think we can do, as we are employees of the Fish Sticks. But you ever seen that? It's an ad,
oh, yeah,
and they run it during
exactly what you're talking about.
And it's the kid playing in the basketball game.
Coach, it was off
and
me.
It's a bad call, and he goes back to the huddle. He's like, "I touched it." It's just like, don't say that. You're down 1 with 10 seconds left. "I touched the ball, coach." And then coach is like okay with it. What a horrible coach. As Watson into left field over Miwa's head and out of here. Honkers and Fish Sticks going punch for punch right now. We're back to a tie ball game. It's 3-3 and a breakthrough swing for Isaac Watson right there.
That's just Watson's 3rd hit of the season, but man, that ball got way out of here. There's a secondary netting behind the home run fence out there in left field, which is already elevated, but you could hear it off the crack of the bat. I mean, we saw it in pregame batting practice from Watson. We were surprised by how far he hit one over the fence, and Miwa had no shot at that one. And man, Isaac Watson making an impression here, his first home run of the summer.
Now, how big is the umpiring crew missing Jake Daly not touching second base on the way back? Because instead of the inning ending and Isaac Watson coming up to lead off the 3rd inning with the Sticks trailing by 2 runs, we now have a tie ball game here in the 2nd and Rylan Gullard up. Gullard is behind 0-2 early, though.
Yeah, we saw Isaac Watson come in relief pitching yesterday, but he hasn't been in the lineup for quite some time. In fact, the last time he played was 4 days ago against the Marion Berries. He took just 1 at-bat.
Ooh. Courageous watch from Gullard on an 0-2 count right there, but it's outside for ball 1. We've seen the outside part of the zone be pretty expanded in PIL play this year, and Gullard leaves that one be. Now that's into center field, right of Bryce Moser. Doesn't even have to take a step to make that play, and the Honkers and Fish Sticks just going back and forth right now. It's our 2nd tie in as many innings in this game, and it's 3-3 heading into the 3rd.
What an interesting start to the ballgame. It's been not very clean by the Fish Sticks infield, particularly. There's been a pickoff error. There was an error behind the dish by Jake Daly, and there's been 5 walks and a hit by pitch. Pretty much a nightmare start. And yet this game is tied 3-3 because Isaac Watson, who has been struggling from the plate this year, blasts his first home run of the summer, an absolute no-doubter to left field to tie things up. So Noah Benedict and Isaac Watson's bats have been saving an otherwise pretty ugly start for this team.
Tug of war going down right behind first base. Hopefully no bad throws from the infield right here. And a really even matchup as well.
This might be the most amount of people we've seen in a tug of war this season. 5v5. Man, dead even.
Left side wins today, and what is one of the closer tug of wars we've had all year. And Cole Miller will be back out for his 2nd inning of work. And I think if you're Miller or any Fish Sticks pitcher today, you just got to live in the zone, because the story of this game, especially on the pitching side for the Fish Sticks, has been free passes. As that wasn't a free pass. That was a free 2 runs from Isaac Watson's bat right there.
Yeah, usually when you're a pitcher, you want to hover around 60 to 70% of your pitches being strikes. Right now, 31 balls and 26 strikes. And Isaac Watson caught all of that strike. His first homer of the season.
Another ball to start off the 3rd. That's to Jason Franzel. It's Franzel, Singleton, and Parks. 5, 6, 7 due up for the Honkers. Miller behind 2-0.
Franzel forced to walk his first time up and made a great play at shortstop, running backwards and moving towards his right hand to make a grab and save a run. And the Gallier comes
almost sprinting out to Cole Miller. We saw one yesterday where in a tough spot, it was 7-5 Fish Sticks. DeGallier pulled a pitcher mid-count. And then Palacios comes in, who, it's a tough spot. It was his first appearance as a Fish Stick. He comes in with the bases loaded, leading 7-5 in a 1-0 count, and lets up a bases clearing triple. So we won't see DeGallier come in mid-count here to replace a pitcher, but we were talking about that on the broadcast last night. That's not the first time that a pitcher's been pulled mid-count.
No, it hasn't really paid dividends for the Fish Sticks this season either when they have done that. So I think DeGallier understands that, sticks with Cole Miller right here, but another leadoff walk in this game. And we might be seeing a similar inning to the first and second where the Honkers only have one hit in these first 2 innings, and they've just found their way around the bases and currently find themselves tied with the Fish Sticks. Counts 3-0, so still waiting on our first strike of the third inning. That'll be down low, a 4-pitch walk to Franzel to start the third. And that is the 6th walk of the game issued by the Fish Sticks.
Yeah, that's not the recipe for success right there, along with a hit by pitch in the first inning from Montano. Now 7 free base runners here in the top of the third. That's not good.
6 walks and 6 outs for the Fish Sticks today as Franzel's on first and Jordan Singleton will come up. Singleton flew out to Benedict, and that gets by Jake Daly. Now Franzel on cruise control into second base. This is deja vu for the Fish Sticks compared to the first and second innings, and the Honkers once again threatening here in the third.
All 3 innings, the leadoff man has come aboard via a free base, and all 3 times they've taken second on a fastball. It's insane.
Singleton, a big presence. That gets by Daly, but Franzel didn't have a good read on it, and it's a nice bounce for Jake Daly.
I think Daly's coming out to talk to Miller because I don't think that was the pitch he was expecting. I think he's going to talk about what pitch they were trying to throw there. That was the 2nd straight time a ball has gotten past him, and that one should have been caught regardless. So I was thinking maybe that was a fastball that he thought was going to be an off-speed pitch, and that's why it got past. He's lucky that Franzel wasn't able to take third base.
6 straight balls to start this inning as we get a look. Yeah, Daly was set up low. It just goes way high. Maybe set up low for the off-speed. Miller definitely hit his spot. Didn't hit his spot, but we've seen Daly catch balls way further out of the zone than that already today. 2-0 on the way. First strike of the inning for Cole Miller. Just a weird one so far. 1 in the first for both of these squads, followed by 2 more in the second for both of these squads, and we find ourselves in a 3-3 tie here in the third. Singleton into center, but right at Rylan Gullard. Franzel's going to stick around at second base, and you can almost say the Fish Sticks catch a break right there because Singleton got all of that on the line.
Yeah, he's a big guy, too, hitting in the heart of this order, and Rylan Gullard was just planted in the exact right spot. If that was a few feet to the left, that was tailing towards left field, too, and that would have been extra bases. So a little bit fortunate from Cole Miller there, who's finally starting to find the strike zone after 6 straight balls to start this inning.
Wind is an absolute non-factor today as well. That flag is motionless out in left center field. His first pitch to Parks is fouled off. First pitch strikes, I mean, that's where control starts, and it's good to see one from Cole Miller right there.
Yeah, Parks now 0 for 5 in the 2 games combined against the Fish Sticks, trying to wheel things around. Did strike out 3 times in the first meeting as well.
That's right at Hamada. They will allow Franzel to take third and just take the out at first. So now 2 down here in the third, and the Fish Sticks looking to put up their first scoreless inning on the defensive side of the ball, and the first scoreless inning for either lineup today.
Yeah, it was a good piece of hitting from Parks. Unfortunate, that just went right to Alex Hamada. over there at second base, who has a great glove at second. We saw him make a couple of great plays towards the end of the Washington A's game.
Altum, that is chopped over to Noah Kung. This should end the inning, and it does. Perfect throw from Kung over to Isaac Watson. Watson finishes the top of the third and put his stamp on the bottom of the second. An absolute moonshot to tie this one up, and the Fish Sticks get a chance to take their first lead of the night, 3-3 in the middle of the third on the Fish Sticks Network.
For over 15 years, As You Wish Electric has offered the comprehensive electrical solutions Seattle families trust. We are proud to announce that we can now also serve your plumbing, heating, and cooling needs. As we grow, we are committed to delivering the same knowledgeable and friendly experience that earned our spot as the region's top-rated electrical company. Contact As You Wish Electric Plumbing, Heating, and Air today to learn more.
Honkers and Fish Sticks deadlocked at 3 runs apiece. Heading into the bottom of the third, Angus Trangmo and Kyle Sweeney coming to you from Mel Olson Stadium. And there's really no overstating how weird this one has been to start the game.
Yeah, we've seen struggles to find the zone from the Fish Sticks pitchers. A couple of errors that has allowed 3 runs on just 1 hit from the Honkers. And then Isaac Watson, who again entered this game 2 for 17 from the plate, blasts his first home run of the summer. It was a 2-run shot that tied things up at 3 apiece here now going into the bottom of the third. So the 6 bats have been able to make up for the errors in the field as of right now. And after a clean sheet in the top of the third, we'll see if the Fish Sticks can separate here with the bats.
Both teams were able to plate runs in their first 2 frames, and finally we see a 0 up on the scoreboard in the top of the third. And the Sticks bringing up 2-3-4 in this inning as well. And that includes Noah Benedict, who drove in a run with a hotshot double back in the first.
Yeah, he continues his hot streak from the plate. That's his 4th double in as many games from the dish, including 2 yesterday. And if not for Braden Bartholomew with that game-winning single, the at-bat right after Benedict, he would have been our sick of the game yesterday with that 3-for-4 performance. So it's so nice to see him. He's on deck this inning, starting to get things rolling again after a hot start to the season.
Bartholomew getting the day off today, and his replacement at first, Isaac Watson, doing just fine for himself, a 2-run homer in this game that put the Sticks right back in a tie game with the Honkers. As Kung, did he go around on the 0-1? He sure did.
Yeah, it looked like a good call from the first base umpire on that one. Interesting that Kung showed bunt. Here's another look. Yeah, he went across.
Sure. Yeah. So counts 0-2. Dylan Vele looking for a quick out here in the third, and Kung leaves that be way outside, ball 1. Kung was hit right in the left shoulder his first time up, second game in a row. He's been hitting that spot, and he swings and misses right there. Can't apply the tag, so they'll just throw down to first. Brown to Pontecorvo, and Kung is retired on strikes.
Yeah, it's a great pitch sequence from Dylan Vele there on that pitch, on that at-bat, even though Kung showed bunt his first time. Threw it in there in the zone for strike 1. Hit him with a fastball in the corner for the second pitch, and then off-speed just completely bit Noah Kung. And great start to the bottom of the third.
So now Benedict watches ball 1. With that double back in the first inning, his average on the summer is north of 300. That was his 5th RBI. It seems like he's driven in way more runs than 5 this summer. And he's starting to find his name in the lineup way more often recently. And he's got another hit. That is just crushed out in the center field. And he's got a double and a single in 3 innings of work today.
Yeah, he's also made a couple of nice run-saving plays out there in right field, and just saw all of that one. And when you're seeing the ball well, it seems like everything is going right. And that one was just a line drive up the middle. Again, a coach's dream single to see, because that just shows that you're taking such a great approach at the plate. And again, had 2 hits and 2 extra base hits on July 5th against the Washington A's, then went 0-for-4 in the 2 games against the Berries, and then 3 hits again yesterday. So 5 hits in the last 2 days already for Noah Benedict.
Counts 1-1 to Evan Hellner. Hellner flew out to center field to Moser his first time up. Hellner, it seems like he's good for at least a base hit once a night. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, runner on first, and it's fouled back for strike 2.
Yeah, Hellner hitting .339 this year. It's been up as much as .450 on the season. He has been struggling a little bit as of late. He's 1 for 5 in each of his last 2 games, and then 1 for 4 the previous game. So there's 3 for 14 over the last 3 games from the dish.
That's chopped, could be 2. Altum on to Franzel, over to Pontecorvo. Textbook 4-6-3 turned by the Honkers, and they're out of the 3rd scoreless as well. So both of these teams just matching each other in the first 3 innings, and through 3, it's 3-3 here at the Friar.
Yeah, nice job from Vele to come back after that 2-run moonshot by Isaac Watson and effectively retire the lineup in order, even though up a single from Noah Benedict. That was a well-timed ground ball to get that 4-6-3 double play on Evan Hellner. And now we've got the Fisherman race.
The Fisherman costumes have historically been humongous. We'll see if that is the case once again today.
Looks like they've got the orange jumpsuits going today.
Nice. They're like crabbing. They're the crabbing variation of Fisherman today. Wow, that was pretty textbook stuff from
Look at that.
The right side today. Oh, but a comeback. Wow.
Oh, boy.
It was a great start for the right side, but now he is down big.
Uh-oh.
Scandal in the Fisherman race as left side did not buckle his overall correctly. And Connor Ryan, our director, was all over that because he hates fun. But, I mean, it seems like that would be a disadvantage if you're out fishing.
You know what?
You just got one side just flapping around.
Yeah, you're asking the wrong guy here as someone who has literally probably not picked up a fishing pole or put on any sort of fishing gear since I was about 5 years old. Down in Leonardtown, Maryland, where I acted like I knew how to fish and didn't. And we're scared by the ginormous blue crabs out there in Breton Bay, if you've ever heard of Breton Bay near Leonardtown, Maryland.
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. But massive blue crabs down there.
Okay.
Yeah. Which scared me.
Peyton Barsotti now behind the plate for the Fish Sticks. He replaces Jake Daly through 3 innings, and Daly really had a busy 3 innings behind the dish, but a bad throw over to third that ended up scoring the 3rd run of the game for the Honkers, and Barsotti will hit 7th in this lineup. That's a nice pickup for this lineup today, because Barsotti has started to see the ball a lot better, particularly in that Thursday game against the Suds. A couple hits and a couple runs driven in that game for the St. Mary's Gale.
Yeah, it hasn't been super clean behind the dish the last couple of games for Jake Daly. We saw 2 in a row get by him, and he went out to go talk to Cole Miller because it looked like they weren't on the same page. And 2 errors behind the dish that have cost them 2 runs. So Barsotti's going to take over behind the plate.
Miwa shot into left field, and that'll bounce right in front of Riley Sonoy. So first pitch, first hit of the inning for the Honkers, and another leadoff runner for this team.
Yeah, I don't know if Crispy saw that one. He's looking a little too happy, but first pitch fastball just right down the middle. Any hitter in the PIL is going to take full advantage of that one, and Miwa does just that.
I do think you had a strong theory with Montano throwing the first inning and then Cole Miller getting the bulk of the innings after that. He comes back out for the 4th after a scoreless 3rd. And it looks like it's going to be another hit for the Honkers. So station to station here in the 4th. And once again, it seems like in the blink of an eye, they have a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, now the 4th consecutive inning where they've had a runner at second base with nobody out. They took advantage in the first 2 with 3 runs, but Cole Miller, that's 2 pitches and 2 singles this inning. They've just both been fastballs right over the heart of the plate. So look for him maybe to go off speed here in the first couple of pitches to try to switch things up.
It's also Bryce Moser's second hit of the day. He's reached 3 times already. And both of the first 2 times he reached base, he came around to score. Here's Alex Chamberlain, 0 for 2 on the day. Had a multi-hit game in the first meeting between the Honkers and the Sticks, and that runs up and in for ball 1.
Yeah, it looks like Jake Daly is going to head over to the bullpen and maybe start catching for a couple of arms warming up. Right now, Miller, 34 pitches, has 17 balls, so 50-50 on the balls and strikes.
Chamberlain pops that up and might stay within the confines of the Friar here, which means it's an absolute parade to the gates to see who ends up with that baseball. Chamberlain, I mean, we expect him to be a big part of this lineup today, and he really hasn't been. 0 for 2. Now the count 1-1 to him. Still very capable in the box, and Miller just misses for ball 2.
We've seen a pretty expanded strike zone the last couple of games here at the Friar now with the new umpire crew here tonight. It has been pretty clean in the zone. They're not going to see a lot that are going to miss either outside or inside that are going to be called balls. So really got to punch the zone right now. That's what the Sticks are not doing. That was a good pitch, though.
Gets a whiff out of Chamberlain. Count evens up right here. Seamus Brown on deck has also reached both times up today. Hit by a pitch back in the first and walked in the second. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 runners on for the Honkers. A tie ball game here, and Miller goes back to that same pitch and almost got another chase out of Chamberlain, but instead it's a full count.
Look at the ice chest going.
Miller still looking for the first out of the 4th inning right here. Payoff pitch coming home, down low. Bases loaded, nobody out for the Honkers in the 4th.
Yeah, I'm going to expect to see Coach DeGallier maybe come out here and look for a change, especially with this right-on-left matchup, and it does not look like he is.
Corners, which is Turnbow and Watson at 3rd and 1st respectively, are way in right now. As Seamus Brown still 0 for 0. No official at-bats on the day, but has reached base twice and has many attempts.
He's been walked and was hit by a pitch, and now 7 walks and 1 hit by pitch. 8 free bases by the Sticks pitching staff.
Brown pops that up. That's going to keep every runner on base as long as it's caught by Kung, and it is. So a timely pop-up right there for Cole Miller, and now a double play gets him out of this inning clean.
Yeah, it's a huge one right there for Miller. Brown, I think, might have been a little anxious to swing after being hit and walking his first 2 at-bats, and with the bases loaded and nobody out, got a little greedy and swung at the first pitch. It was a nice-looking off-speed from Miller to keep him off balance.
So a big out right there, and Logan Pontecorvo, 0 for 1 on the day, comes up. And that's in there for strike 1 for Miller. We've seen some good outings out of Miller this year, and when he lives in the zone, he is much better, which you could probably say about any pitcher, but especially him. I think we've also seen some control issues over the course of the summer. It's outside, ball 1. There's a look outside the stadium. It's a rare one.
Just a gorgeous night, though.
It is, and so it's such a cool stadium to be in as well. Obviously, you've got the sun covers, so you're not just blazing out in the rays. That might be 2. Kung, glove flip to Hamada, over to Watson. The Honkers load him with nobody gone, and Cole Miller finds his way out of it. Huge escape for Cole Miller in the 4th. Fish Sticks and Honkers still knotted up at 3.
Thanks, Crispy.
For over 15 years, As You Wish Electric has offered the comprehensive electrical solutions Seattle families trust. We are proud to announce that we can now also serve your plumbing, heating, and cooling needs. As we grow, we are committed to delivering the same knowledgeable and friendly experience that earned our spot as the region's top-rated electrical company. Contact As You Wish Electric Plumbing, Heating, and Air today to learn more.
So Cole Miller gets out of a bases-loaded, nobody-out jam, and the Fish Sticks still knotted up with the Honkers. It's 3-3 headed into the bottom of the fourth. Angus Trengmo and Kyle Sweeney coming to you from the Friar, and we'll get another look at this double play that got Miller out of the inning. And we've seen a few escapes from him this year, but that might be his best work.
Yeah, that was a little bit of sauce there from Noah Kung, and it came at the right time. I think if he would have gone with the hand in the glove and pitched it over to Hamada, I don't think he would have gotten the runner out at first base. So after a couple of errors 2 days ago against the Studs from Kung at short, he has really been improved in the infield. Yesterday against the Blackfins, he made some great plays, and once again there, showing off some pizzazz on the double play.
Sonoy Hamada and then Peyton Barsotti do up for the Sticks right here, and this is a similar situation to what we saw at Mount Si High School the first time these two teams met up. Tied heading into the bottom of the fourth. It was 1-1 in that game. It's 3-3 in this game, and the Sticks just broke it open from this point on. Ended up winning that game 16-1. It was an 8-run fourth inning in that game. Obviously can't count on an 8-run inning, but some parallels in this game. First pitch is chopped by Sonoy. Might be a close play at first, but throw from Pontecorvo beats Sonoy to the bag. One gone.
Yeah, Sonoy, since that groin injury out in Wenatchee, has been struggling from the dish. That is 6 straight times now he's been retired since then. So looking to get back on track a little bit after he was hot before the injury.
Alex Hamada, who grounded out over to Altum at second, his first time up, watches strike one. Vele has done a good job, as opposed to the Fish Sticks pitching staff, has done a good job of throwing a lot of strikes. It's just the Fish Sticks have had a couple big hits to go after them.
Yeah, it was an RBI double from Benedict's back in the first inning, and then Isaac Watson's first home run of the season. It was a 2-run shot. That's how we've got, where the Fish Sticks have got their 3 runs across.
Nice pitch from Vele right there for strike two. Right on the down and in corner to Hamada. Barsotti is on deck, so we only see Jake Daly for one plate appearance today. He reached on an error, and Hamada swings and misses up high. K for Vele for the second out of the fourth.
Yeah, and Vele's looked really strong since that home run from Isaac Watson. Had a quick inning last inning, and 2 quick outs here in the fourth. So through 3 2/3 has only thrown 43 pitches, 29 of which have been strikes, and that was his 3rd K as well. No walks, so pretty clean outing right now outside of those 2 hits for Vele.
Barsotti chases the first pitch he sees for strike one, and Vele, this is night and day from his 4th inning against the Fish Sticks out in Snoqualmie. Barsotti watches strike 2 go by, thought about going after it.
Yeah, I don't think Barsotti was slated to come into this game at all today, but after Jake Daly had issues behind the dish, Barsotti now behind 0-2 in his first plate appearance.
And quick strikeout of Peyton Barsotti from Dylan Vele. It's a big inning from Vele on the mound, and into the 5th we go, still deadlocked at 3 between the Fish Sticks and the Honkers.
Yeah, after that quick inning in the 4th, it's now time for the Crispy race, where I have been an active critic this year.
He's 5-10.
He is 5-10.
I think everyone's been an active critic. Ryan from Seattle taking the challenge today. I think Crispy's got this one. It took me about 5 feet to determine that. Yeah, okay. Another confidence builder for Crispy today. Ooh. Oh, this is, wow. This might be the worst one we've seen all year.
Yeah, there we go. That's the Crispy we've been accustomed to seeing. Unfortunately, Ryan from Seattle couldn't get that one done, but you know what? I'll give it to Crispy. He actually looked good that time. He's now 6-10, so still a pretty big uphill climb.
Yeah, he's really got to fight if he wants to get back to 500 even, let alone a good number on the campaign. But that's good to see because that was a wide gap. That is the furthest gap we've seen between either Crispy and a runner or a runner and Crispy this year. Ryan from Seattle, probably not the best runner he's going to face this season.
Cole Miller is out for another inning of work. This would be his 4th if he were to complete this inning. Just 43 pitches, does have 22 strikes compared to just 21 balls. So hasn't been the cleanest work, has walked 4 batters as well, but has kept the Honkers limited after they scored 3 runs in the first 2 innings.
Franzel, Singleton, and Parks due up as Santiago Guedes Rodriguez, who we saw start on Thursday, is throwing over in the Fish Sticks bullpen. A lot of guys hanging out over there as well, so we could see a collection of arms coming into this game just at the drop of a hat. But Cole Miller back out after escaping a bases-loaded, nobody-out jam in the 4th with a pop-up and a pitch just executed perfectly to force a double play ball, which his defense eventually turned. Franzel fouls that off right into the chest of Arsati.
Yeah, Miller went 58 pitches on July 4th against the Washington A's. That's by far the most he's gone in an outing this season. And right now, that was pitch number 45. So I would expect that this is his last inning of work.
1-1 count to Franzel. We've seen him reach on walks both times up today. He's ahead 2-1.
Yeah, Franzel sitting at 6'5", but we've seen a ton of balls up in the zone against him.
Fastball, and that one's down for ball 3. So this will be the 5th leadoff runner for the Honkers in as many innings in this game. And if he were to be walked, it would be the 4th leadoff walk issued by the Fish Sticks today. 3-1 coming home, and Franzel almost looked ahead of it right there for strike 2. Just not really anywhere close to making contact. Payoff pitch. Fish Sticks looking to keep the leadoff man off base for the first time today. 3-2 just misses, and the 4th leadoff walk of the game issued by DubSea. I believe that is the 8th walk of the day, 9th free pass.
Yeah, and the 5th walk issued by Cole Miller. And if deja vu were a thing, which I fully believe it is because of what's happened in the first 4 innings, this ball will somehow get by Barsati and Franzel will take a free bag, and that would be the 5th straight time that the Honkers have a runner in scoring position with nobody out to start this game.
We've seen 3 pass balls in this exact situation already today. That one didn't get past Singleton, let alone Barsati. It's fouled back. Singleton 0 for 2 on the day, one of the only guys in the entire lineup to not reach base yet today. Flew out to Benedict and then lined out to Gillard his first 2 times up. Counts 1-1.
Yeah, you mentioned already, but 9 free base runners given up between Montano and now Cole Miller. That usually will not result in a win, especially in PIL play.
1-1. Nice pitch from Miller. Nice frame from Barsati. Good teamwork by the battery there for strike 2. looking to retire Singleton, the DH for the Honkers for the third straight time today. Not a huge lead for Franzel over at first. Miller comes home. That is caught by Watson, and Franzel is doubled up. So finally, the streak is broken. There won't be a runner in scoring position with nobody out for the Honkers here in the fifth. Instead, there's nobody on and 2 down. What a play by Isaac Watson. How about the game he's having so far?
Yeah, with that home run, he gets that double play, and oh boy, Singleton just shattered his bat over his thigh.
Wow.
Walking back into the dugout. I mean, I was going to mention it, but that's 2 straight lineouts for Singleton. He had one to center field where Rylan Gollard caught it, and then that time right to Isaac Watson. So I get the frustration, but boy, if we could somehow get a replay of that. It took 2 tries. First one, bend didn't break, and the second one, a clean shatter of the bat.
You think our Fish Sticks dugout cam would have that? Because it's pointed at the plate.
I think it
I didn't see it.
Probably did. I was watching it the whole time, but man, that was pretty impressive.
First pitch to Parks was fouled off for strike 1. And once again, fouled off. Counts 0-2.
So we just received word that we did not have a replay of that one, but he's got half the bat in his hand right now, and he's giving it to a fan.
Oh, that's nice. Really nice gesture from Jordan Singleton, and he has had a frustrating day at the plate. He should probably have 2 hits in this game, and right now he sits at 0 for 3. 0-2 coming from Miller. It's a chase and a miss. Cole Miller, 3 straight scoreless innings today. And the Fish Sticks, another chance to take their first lead of the night. It's 3-3, middle 5 on the Fish Sticks Network. Isaac Watson due up second on the other side of the break.
Wendy's went back to the kitchen to give our famous spicy chicken sandwich a total upgrade. More crunch, more flavor, with heat that just hits. Is this our best spicy chicken ever? Looks like a yes to me. Spicy chicken just got better at Wendy's.
They always say, think happy thoughts. It's easy when you're a Wendy's Cookie Dough Frosty Fusion. I'm an instant dopamine hit. Get it? Dope-amine? Like cookie dough. I said like cookie dough! Happiness is a Cookie Dough Frosty Fusion at Wendy's.
After both teams stayed even with runs in the first 2 innings, we've hit a cold spell here at the Friar, and the scoreboard still reads 3-3 as we head into the bottom of the 5th here in White Center. Angus Trengmo and Kyle Sweeney coming to you from Mel Olson Stadium, and Isaac Watson in the 9-hole today, due up second here in the 5th inning, but a 2-run shot and a really nice play with the glove last inning. He's had a great day so far, and he gets another chance to improve on that this inning.
Yeah, and
Oh,
there we go. We get kind of a look at Jordan Singleton shattering his bat over his thigh.
Yeah, if you didn't see it, it was to the left of the pole. We had it on our first base side, like crowd camera almost. It's something, and I appreciate that. Turnbow shows bunt. We've seen him have a few bunt singles this year, but I want to see it again because I missed it again. I'm 0 for 2 on seeing it.
It's interesting also that he just handed half of his shattered bat to a fan in the crowd, and the fan loved it. He was showing it off like a souvenir. You know, I don't know if I'd want half of a shattered bat, but you know what? Spade is spade. I mean, that's you get a souvenir. There you go.
0-1 coming to Turnbow. That's through the left side of the infield, and a leadoff single for Beckett Turnbow, who continues to improve at the plate game after game after game this year. And a leadoff runner for the Sticks trying to take their first lead of the evening.
Yeah, he saw that off speed well, stayed back and timed it up, and it's exactly what we've seen now from Turnbow. He's been much more patient and methodical at the plate, and now he's completely shaken off a rough start to the season, and he's over at first now for Isaac Watson.
So here's Watson, 1-for-1 with a 2-run bomb in this game. His first homer of the summer. Now he shows bunt, and it looks like he'll lay one down the third base line. That'll get Turnbow to second. Throw a little high, but beats Watson to the bag anyway. So after homering his first time up, a well-executed sac bunt by Watson, and that moves Turnbow into scoring position for Rylan Gullard.
Yeah, nicely done. After that home run, the farthest ball by a mile that Isaac Watson has hit this season, he lays down the bunt, does what the coach and the team needs, and that's great discipline from Watson to get that one down and put a runner in scoring position.
First pitch to Gullard into center field. It's going to get down as well. Turnbow will hold up at third. Obviously a tough read at second base. So instead of getting doubled up and jumping the gun, he is cool with being at third. Rylan Gullard extends that hit streak to 2. That's his first hit of the day. And now he's got 23 games with a hit in 24 tries this year. Just a great model of consistency in this lineup.
Yeah, another off speed that he saw well. Didn't get all of it. Kind of sounded like it hit the short end of the bat a little bit, but doesn't matter. It's another line drive single up the middle, and Gullard leads the team in stolen bases. We might see him take off here on first and third.
Good. Put 2 runners in scoring position is Kuhn. Late to that, but hit hard. Either way, it's foul for strike 1. Runners on the corner situations have usually led to a lot of fun here at the Friar. We've seen a few runners score when runners between first and second get into pickles and the runner can score from third to home. Gullard still sticks around. Kuhn tries to lay down a bunt, and it is foul towards the Fish Sticks dugout. If that was executed, it would have scored Turnbow for sure.
And this team loves to bunt. We've seen it throughout the entirety of the season. And again, it would be tough to see if Noah Kuhn were to lay down another bunt here, especially with how well he's been hitting as of late.
Counts 0-2. Still only 1 away here in the 5th for the Fish Sticks. They'll check on Gullard over at first, and they've got every reason to do that with how many stolen bases Gullard has on the season. Leads the team in stolen bags by a pretty wide margin just because he gets on base so often. Now he breaks, doesn't break. That might be 2. 6, 4, 3. It's not in time. The Fish Sticks lead for the first time today on a astronomically close play at first, but Kuhn just beats out the throw.
You know, live, it didn't look like Noah Kuhn got to the bag in time, so Gullard was definitely out. Ooh,
I think he beat it just barely.
Tough. It's tough to tell. As good replay, but nonetheless, Kuhn, nice hustle to beat it out, shows off the speed. That'll score another run.
So the Fish Sticks finally in front in this game. It's 4-3 Sticks here in the bottom of the 5th. And now Noah Benedict comes up. 2 for 2 with a single and a double in this game. Seeing the ball really well from Dylan Vele, and he'll face him for the 3rd time.
Yeah, 5 hits now in the last 2 games, and he is scorching hot right now and going to play himself as a mainstay into this lineup if he keeps this up.
It's outside ball 1. Both of those balls were just scorched line drives off the bat. One of them, if it was to the poles and not to the deepest part of the park, here at the Friar, it probably gets out. Probably gets out to left field as well, just with how tall that wall is out and right. Now a bit of a delay. Lynn just maybe relaying a sign over to Kuhn at first.
Yeah, he's saying that there's 2 gone. It says on the scoreboard in the park that there's just 1 out. There are 2 confirmed outs.
1-1 on the way to Benedict, and he waves and misses for strike 2. Fish Sticks 1 in the first, 2 in the second, and then 1 here in the 5th to give them their first lead of the evening. Pretty sizable lead for Kung over at first, and he breaks for second. Benedict strikes out swinging, and that will end the inning. Whether Kung was safer out at second, either way, we head into the 6th with the Fish Sticks out in front 4-3, and on what has been undeniably a sloppy night for the Fish Sticks, they find themselves ahead through 5.
Yeah, that's 4 runs, but just 2 earned for Vele, who just waved his 5th strikeout as the Rainier race is now going on out there. The Can has done great against the Bottle this year.
Bottle is hanging in really well today. We saw Bottle win last weekend, actually. First one of the year for the Rainier Bottle. It looks like Can's got a lead down the stretch, and the dominant stretch continues. It's Can winning the Wild Rainiers race today.
And shout out Jackson, the guy with the mobile camera running behind him the whole time.
I think we shout him out every on-field game we have just because of the pure effort he puts in to get you a good shot right there. And Santiago Guedes Rodriguez now on the hill for the Fish Sticks on a night where we've seen 9 walks issued by the Fish Sticks. Lynn and DeGallier turn to one of the guys in this pitching staff that gives up the least walks. So kind of just some pretty sound logic, in my opinion, to limit the free passes by putting in G-Rod.
Yeah, Santiago Guedes Rodriguez leads the team in innings pitched with 17 1/3. He's also a big strikeout guy. In those 17 1/3 innings, he has struck out 23 batters, 9 of which have been looking. He does have a 5.2-ish ERA, which has been inflated a little bit because of that outing against the Wenatchee Apple Sox, where the Sox won 24-2 in that game eventually. That was the worst output of the season for the Sticks by far, but the most trusted arm, usually the Thursday guy, the ace on this team after Eli Hurst departed for the MLB draft, and this will be his 9th appearance, has started 5 times this season.
And Cole Miller, obviously not his best work in the second inning and did have his control issues, but 3 scoreless innings for him in this game after that, and just another instance where he's been able to strand so many runners this year. He is one of the better guys on this team at just getting out of jams.
Yeah, and Kenji Bray, who is slated to start this game, still have not seen him.
So G-Rod will face the Honkers, and his first pitch is upstairs for ball 1 to Luke Altum.
And Kenji Bray hasn't pitched in a couple of weeks now, almost 3 weeks, and he was in an arm bandage on the dugout, or in the dugout the last couple of games. He was getting worked on that arm earlier.
Altum pops that up over our heads. Another mad dash to the ball for every kid in here. That one definitely got out of here, though. We saw G-Rod start the game against the Seattle Studs on Thursday, and the Studs saw him well. He gave up a 3-run second inning, which was part of the 8 runs that they scored. It was the start of what became a 7-0 lead that evaporated in the late stages of that game. Counts 2-1 to Alton, who's 0 for 1 on the evening, and he's ahead 3-1 right here. So you put in G-Rod, who doesn't walk a whole ton of hitters, and he's behind 3-1. You just can't start with another leadoff free pass, right?
You can't, and there's been 9 total free passes, 8 of which have been walks. We've seen so many leadoff walks already in this game from the Sticks.
That's fouled off. Kind of just a zone finder from G-Rod. And he gets strike 2 on a foul ball. That's in our merch shop out front. Which, I mean, for a PIL team, the merch is incredible.
It is, and I've dipped into the merch. And everyone should dip into the merch because the Fish Sticks merch is just awesome.
Payoff pitch on the way from Guedes Rodriguez. That's strike 3. That is such a good sight. After the control issues we've seen for the Fish Sticks pitchers today, G-Rod comes in, and in a full count, Sits down Altum looking.
Yeah, he got behind early. Altum kind of acted like that one was outside of the zone. It definitely was in the zone and couldn't really get around to the off-speed pitches on that first at-bat for Guedes Rodriguez, so I'd expect a heavy dosage of fastballs to continue.
Kazushi Miwa, the first pitch he saw from Cole Miller last time up, he socked it into left field for a base hit. He's 1 for 2 on the day.
Yeah, Miwa and Bryce Moser on deck have combined for all 3 of the hits right now for the Honkers, so this is the dangerous part of the lineup.
Miwa pops that up for strike 1. This at-bat, I mean, the 2 pitches are the exact same. So a ball up from G-Rod to Altum and Miwa, and then a foul ball right over our heads down the first base line. This should be a ball. Coming up here, Deja Vu. We've already discussed Deja Vu on this broadcast, and it won't happen here. That slips by Watson. Looks like it'll be extra bases for Miwa. Benedict's throw definitely not in time. Oh, Miwa slides off the bag and he's out. Whatever you think was going to happen on that play, it didn't happen. Watson misreads it off the bat of Miwa. It dribbles down the line. Then Miwa, who is safe by a mile at second base, just overruns the bag. Nice throw from Benedict, even though it was surely going to be late. And good heads-up play by Hamada. You can see right there, he comes off the bag. Tag is applied. But that's Kung, not Hamada. But, man, what a weird way to get the second out.
And that was weird from the beginning because that really should have been caught by Isaac Watson. I mean, he kind of just like almost lunged at it a little bit. I think he's still getting used to the first base glove. That's not the first time we've seen him misplay a ball. But the Sticks are so fortunate that Miwa slid past the base there, and that's why you hustle after every ball. Noah Benedict did there, and it resulted in an out.
So back to Bryce Moser at the top of the lineup, far and away the toughest out in this lineup this evening. 2 for 2, also worked a walk, and has crossed home plate twice. That's a nice pitch from G-Rod right there. 4 strike 1 to Moser.
Here's another look at the slide from Miwa, and just lifted up that leg. It didn't look like he needed to. He's maybe pointing at Coom like he made me do it.
I don't see how Coom would have made him do it from his shoulder, and Moser checks, swings, and misses for strike 2. So G-Rod, maybe not the most traditional way to get through it, but a strike away from a 1-2-3 inning here in the 6th. 2-2 on the way to Moser. He's reached base all 3 times he's come up today. That's upstairs ball 3.
It's a big pitch now for G-Rod, because Moser has a ton of speed. He's already stolen a base today back in the first inning. He's caused havoc on the base paths.
Payoff pitch. Called strike 3. 2 Ks in the 6th for Santiago Guedes Rodriguez. And the Fish Sticks protect a 1-run lead heading into the bottom of the 6th on the Fish Sticks Network.
Wendy's went back to the kitchen to give our famous spicy chicken sandwich a total upgrade. More crunch, more flavor, with heat that just hits. Is this our best spicy chicken ever? Looks like a yes to me. Spicy chicken just got better at Wendy's.
They always say, think happy thoughts. It's easy when you're a Wendy's Cookie Dough Frosty Fusion. I'm an instant dopamine hit. Get it? Dopamine? Like cookie dough. I said like cookie dough! Happiness is a Cookie Dough Frosty Fusion at Wendy's.
Oh, Audrey, look over there.
Where? Oh, a whole herd of reindeer beers.
Not herds, Audrey. Rainier's come in 6-packs.
Oh,
Wake up, Harley.
Harley, look at the reindeers. Oh, they're just so fresh and friendly.
4-3, Fish Sticks leading the Honkers heading into the bottom of the 6th, and Dylan Vele back out for his 6th inning of work. And Vele has given up 4 runs on the day, and most of them have been on just a couple mistake pitches from him. But outside of that, pretty clean work for him.
Yeah, he just has 57 pitches in his 5 innings of work. He's thrown 42 strikes, so he's pounding the strike zone. Just 2 earned runs of the 4 runs, no walks and 5 strikeouts. So overall, it's been a really quality start for Vele, coming back after letting up 7 earned in the last time that these two teams met, and the Honkers are right in this ballgame.
Hellner, Sonoy, Hamada, 4-5-6, looking to extend the Fish Sticks lead. Took the lead last inning in the 5th. It's their first one of the night. Honkers struck first in the top of the 1st, then the Fish Sticks responded. And the Honkers pulled back 2, to which the Fish Sticks responded with 2 more in the bottom of the 2nd. And the score was 3-3 for quite a while until the bottom of the 5th, when Noah Kung drove in a run on a fielder's choice ground out that brought in Beckett Turnbow. One offering to Hellner, chopped over to Altum over at second base. Easy flip, and there's 1 down.
Yeah, the struggles continue at the plate for Evan Hellner, who didn't hustle too hard after that one. I think he's a little frustrated. And this is another guy who we saw that was frustrated after his last at-bat, Riley Sonoy. He swung at the first pitch twice in a row. I would expect him to at least take 1, because he's hitless in his last 6 plate appearances coming off an injury.
He does take right there, and it's ball 1, way inside. Before that injury in Wenatchee, Sonoy was one of the hottest hitters in the lineup, had a 4 RBI game in the Sticks win over the Yakima Valley Pippins back on June 29th. He's ahead 2-0 right here.
He struck out 3 times in yesterday's game. Or the game before that, excuse me. And all of them were swinging, and it was in 9 pitches, too.
Awaiting the 2-0 from Vele, and he'll let that one go for strike 1, maybe just taking until he sees a strike. After going after the first pitch, both of his first 2 times up. Comes into this game with an average of .303, so obviously was seeing the ball before that injury, and obviously a talented bat. He's worked 5 walks this year. Working on his 6th right now from Pierce College down near Tacoma. And 3-1, not even close. That just slips out of the hand of Vele, and Sonoy is aboard for the first time this homestand.
Yeah, that's just the first walk for Vele, too. He kind of looked at his hand after that one. That off-speed just completely got away from him.
So here's Alex Hamada, 0 for 2 day for Hamada on the evening. He'll be followed by Peyton Barsotti, who again, I don't think Barsotti expected to play in this game, and now here he is getting ready for his 2nd plate appearance. First pitch to Hamada, line out, double play. Tough break for the Fish Sticks right there. Ball was shot right at Pontecorvo over at first base, and we've seen 2 of those, 1 for each team today. That time it benefits the Honkers, and they're out of the bottom of the 6th. Still 4-3 Fish Sticks as we enter the 7th.
Yeah, that's so frustrating as a batter, because you piece up that baseball, and it should be extra bases going down the line. We saw Jordan Singleton do the same thing that got doubled up, and he went on to break a bat, and it's just that frustrating of a play. And it's all Alex Hamada could do is put a great bat to the ball, and that was just out of his control.
So G-Rod only throws 1 inning, and now Jaden Mizuno will come in for the Sticks. Mizuno, also one of the team leaders in innings pitched this year. He's thrown 14 and a third, and maybe not as good as he had hoped. He had a 2 ERA, or 2.03 ERA to be exact, in the 13 innings at Puget Sound down in Tacoma this past spring, but an ERA of 7.54 this year. But this is a lefty that has a really good pitch mix, and hitters have just saw it.
Yeah, this is his 9th appearance of the season. His ERA has elevated
to 7.53. It was hovering right near 3 in late June, but has been hit around a little bit. He let up 7 earned runs against the Wenatchee Apple Sox in that 24-2 beatdown, and then has let up an earned run in each of his appearances since then. So he's near the low ranks on the team in terms of ERA, but was pitching really well towards the middle part of the summer. So I think this is a get-right game right now for Mizuno as we head towards the latter parts of the season.
Well, the Fish Sticks are counting on him to get right. 1-run game here in the top of the 7th. Fish Sticks out in front of the Honkers. Vaughn Lowe is also in this game playing at first base. So now Vaughn Lowe, we've seen him at third, we've seen him at second, and now he comes in over at the corner at first, replacing Isaac Watson, who had a 2-run homer earlier in this game.
Yeah, but I think it's a defensive substitution right now for sure. Watson dropped a ball at first earlier today and then let a line drive just get right past him on a play that should have been pretty routine. So although Watson does have a 2-run home run in this game, Lowe will replace him at first, and Braden Bartholomew will take the full day off.
Alex Chamberlain leading off. That's into right center. No one's going to get there. Chamberlain might have extra bases. Hard turnaround first. Throw from Gullard. Right on the money. Tag not in time. Chamberlain is safe. What a throw from Rylan Gullard, but just a little too late to beat Chamberlain to second base.
Yeah, Chamberlain doesn't have the most speed on this team. And that ball just kind of died out there in the thick outfield grass. It was a nice route by Gullard, who read it the whole way, got a nice little jump on that spin, and it was in time, but Chamberlain did slide under that tag from Noah Kuhn. It was a good slide, so he will be the leadoff man on second base, and the tying run is aboard.
So first pitch of the inning turns into a runner in scoring position, and that's the tying run over at second base for the Honkers. Now that one gets by Barsotti as Seamus Brown was showing bunt, but Chamberlain will stick around at second. It's ball 1.
Important for Mizuno to just shake that off and just think about the batter right now.
Brown showing bunt again. This time he gets it down, and it's very good. Mizuno, all he can do is throw to first. Nice play by Lowe, and that's where the defensive substitution comes in. Vaughn Lowe already proves the coach is right there, and nice stretch for out number 1, and a nice throw from Mizuno right there as well. That's a really tough play to make as a pitcher.
Yeah, usually that's the third baseman that comes in, but because there was a runner on second base, he had to cover a lot of ground. That also looked like it was safe. I think Vaughn Lowe, his foot was off the bag, and I was thinking that in real time too. It did not look like his foot had stayed on first. So a gift for the Sticks.
Now Mizuno, that gets by Barsotti, but Chamberlain will stay at third. I saw the same thing you did. It looked like there was a little bit of free space between Lowe's foot and the bag, but even if they don't make that call, that's still a really good play by Lowe to even haul that in. It's also especially tough for Mizuno to field that as a lefty. He's got to do a full rotation over there down the third base line to make that play, and he does just that. 1 down, and Pontecorvo ahead 2-0.
Yeah, Vaughn Lowe, this is just the first time we've seen him at first base. He's usually either a third baseman or a shortstop.
That's hot shot at Kuhn. Diving play. He's coming home with it. Throw. Not in time. Chamberlain doesn't even slide, but sneaks in. Runner obviously safe at first. This game is tied in the 7th.
Yeah, it was a great play by Noah Kuhn, and I get why he would want to go home with it, but I don't think it was the right play. Again, no force out, so Barsotti can't just step on home and get the out. He had to tag out the base runner. If I were Noah Kuhn and I played that back, I would have just gone to first, but I get that with the tying run on third base. He was just trying to make a play.
So that will go down as an RBI single for Logan Pontecorvo. Now he's on first with only 1 down as the go-ahead run in this game for the Honkers, who have tied it up once again. Neither team has been able to get any momentum all night. The count is 1-1 to Franzel.
It's been a weird day at the plate for Franzel. He has walked all 3 times he has been at the dish.
He's 6'5", so it's not like it's a small zone up there. Now that's over to Turnbow, skips off his glove and into left field. Pontecorvo will stay at second. Tough play for Turnbow and just barely nicks off his mitt. So now runners on second and first and 1 down for the Honkers.
Yeah, that should go down as E5 for Turnbow, but that was a tough play. I think he was trying to decide whether he was going to commit to a diving play there or just try to grab it and spin around and fire it. Yeah, he was just uncommitted to that baseball, and it drops off his glove. It would have been a tough play regardless, but I believe that will go down as an error.
Second error of the game for the Sticks, and Mizuno misses up high to Singleton. Appeal unsuccessful. Singleton, a frustrating day at the plate to say the least. Some hard hit balls on the day, but 0 for 3 with a couple lineouts, one of which turned into a double play. And a broken bat fouls that off for strike 1.
Yeah, it was a ball that was ripped right at Isaac Watson. He made a nice play and stepped on first for the double play, and then Singleton went and shattered his bat over his thigh, which is an impressive display of strength, but also not a great look.
He tried to kind of refurbish the image by giving the bat, or half of it at least, to a kid that was kind of just hanging out asking for it. And now he's got a completely new bat in this AB. Counts 2-1 to him. And Mizuno, that runs in on the hands. It's ball 3.
Yeah, just 1 gone, and this would load the bases, so not ideal now for Jaden Mizuno. This would be the 9th walk of the game led up by the Fish Sticks pitching staff.
And there it is. It's inside for ball 4. Go-ahead run 90 feet away for the Honkers right here. Josh Parks, who has also had a rough day at the dish. He's 0 for 3 coming into this with a couple Ks, but he's got a chance to bring in the go-ahead run here in the top of the 7th inning for the Honkers.
Yeah, it's now danger time for Jaden Mizuno. 1 run already across in this inning. And it feels like the Honkers have just stayed steady this entire game. And that's exactly what they've done. It feels like the Fish Sticks should be up a lot more, but the free bases just continue to pile on for this pitching staff, and that's why the Honkers are right in this ballgame.
First pitch was downstairs to Park, so it's 1-0, and an overcorrection as that's up, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. A walk brings in the run and gives the Honkers a lead right now. And it would also be the 10th walk given up by the Fish Sticks today.
That's just an unacceptable number for the pitching staff, plain and simple. You just can't give up that many free runners.
And the count's 3-0 to Parks. Another one up high from Mizuno. Again, Parks hasn't reached base today. He's 0 for 3. Strikeout, ground out, strikeout. No reason for him to swing right now. It's 3-0. Mizuno comes home, and that's just a zone finder for the first strike.
So I just looked it up because I'm kind of a big stats guy. An MLB team that allows 10 or more walks in a single game, their win percentage is about 31 to 35%.
Parks, big cut and a miss. Fish Sticks looking to avoid reaching that range right here. Mizuno has battled back, and it's 3-2. We saw Cole Miller in a similar situation. He forced a double play ball and got out of the 4th inning scoreless. Payoff from Mizuno. It's inside. It's ball 4, and the Northwest Honkers are back out in front at the Friar. 10th walk of the game issued by the Fish Sticks, and it brings in the 5th run of the night for the Honkers, and Garrett DeGallier will go have a chat. Maybe this will be the end of the day for the Mizuno. It doesn't look like it, but either way, 10 walks. The Honkers only have 5 hits in this game, and it's been constant pressure on the base paths anyway.
Yeah, and I think the Sticks are pretty fortunate that there's only 5 runs across. You've given up 11 now free base runners. 11. That's not good. And I think it's a bit surprising that the Honkers have not been able to take as full of an advantage as possible here. We saw Cole Miller get out of a bases loaded, nobody out jam. And you don't see that very often. So, again, the Sticks are more than happy to find themselves down just 1 run considering they've walked 10 batters.
Honkers not content right now. Bases loaded, still only 1 down. So a fly ball likely scores a run. Another walk would score another run. They could break this open right now, and Mizuno upstairs once again.
Looking at the box score, the Honkers have left 7 base runners on base this game.
Altum, does that stay fair? It does. It's going to score the run. They'll go to first and get the out, but now it's 6-4 Honkers. Kind of just a tough break for the Fish Sticks right there, as that ball was staying fair the whole way, and it's hard to leave that because you don't know if it's going to bounce foul on the turf. That's an unpredictable bounce, but no chance at home. They go to first and get the out.
It's a great heads-up play by both Von Lowe and Alex Amata to combine for the out there at first base. There is no chance at home, and now 2 are gone, and 3 have come across in the top of this inning. It's a 6-4 lead.
Still 2 runners in scoring position for the Honkers as Miwa watches strike 1 go by. 3 runs here in the 7th for the Honkers, and they now lead 6-4. It's their second 2-run lead of the game. They led 3-1 in the second before Isaac Watson tied it up with 1 swing. That's chopped over to Kung. Miwa's got speed, but Kung's throw beats him out. And the Fish Sticks are out of the 7th. But the Northwest Honkers are back out in front at the Friar. 6-4 at the stretch here on the Fish Sticks Network.
Once upon a home in the Issaquah Highlands, the Parkers used Thumbtack for a new kitchen island. Now the pizza is cooking and the kids are excited. Thank goodness for Thumbtack and all it provided. Start your home story on Thumbtack.
Oh, sweet. Thanks, Crispy.
You ever wonder how Crispy gets to the Friar for games? He uses King County Metro's Rapid Ride H-Line. King County Metro, the official commute of your DubSea Fish Sticks.
Lower third of the batting order, 2 up for the Fish Sticks against Dylan Vele, who is back out for his 7th inning on the evening. He's given up 4, only 2 of them earned in 6 innings so far, and he will face Peyton Barsotti, Becca Turnbow, and Vaughn Lowe here in the 7th.
Yeah, it's a very healthy pitch count right now for Vele. 66 pitches now through 6 innings, and he's been clean. Just 1 walk and 5 Ks, only 2 earned runs of the 4 that the Sticks have put out, and suddenly after winning 16-1 did the Sticks a month ago against this team, they find themselves on the ropes.
Fish Sticks trailing by 2 as Barsotti will let strike 1 go by from Vele. We've seen a lot of short at-bats today, which has created 66 pitches in 6 innings for Dylan Vele. But we've also seen a lot of first pitch strikes, and he's ahead 0-2 on Barsotti right here.
Yeah, Barsotti struck out on 3 pitches his first time up, and down quickly again to Vele again, just continuing an efficient outing.
0-2 on the way to Barsotti, and that is popped into right field. Long run for Parks, but eventually he gets under it. 1 gone in the 7th.
No action in the bullpen either right now for the Honkers, and I was counting pre-game. They only have 14 guys available, and they've got 3 coaches. So they were wanting Vele to go long in this game. They kind of took a gamble not bringing that many guys up from Issaquah, and Vele is doing exactly what they want.
So Beckett Turnbow watches ball one skip off the plate. This is exactly what you need out of Vele, even if he gives up these runs at some points during this game. That was only pitch 70 for him on the evening, and he's already got one out in the 7th. 1-0, that is up high, ball 2. I think Turnbow maybe coming up right now, just making Vele throw a few more pitches than he's had to against the Fish Sticks today. Von Lowe on deck. It'll be his first plate appearance of the evening. And the 2-0, that runs in on Turnbow, almost finds the zone, but it's ball 3.
Yeah, the lights should be coming on here pretty soon. The sun is starting to set a little bit.
We saw a snafu with the lights last night in the top of the 8th inning, and Turnbow will let that zone finder go by for strike 1. I'm sure Pat McCollum, co-owner of the Fish Sticks here, is on it. Seems to be the neighborhood handyman whenever anything goes wrong here in the stadium. And 3-1 right at the shortstop, Franzel. That ball was laced by Beckett Turnbow, but Franzel didn't even have to move, and there's 2 gone.
Yeah, that's now the 3rd time this game that we've seen just a super hard line drive just go right at a defender. And that's so frustrating, as I mentioned again, for a hitter. And that should have been a single for Turnbow, but he did his job, and that's just to hit the ball hard.
So here's Von Lowe for the first time today. Drove in a run with a base hit yesterday in the win over the Blackfins. That was in that 5-run first. And Vele starts off low with a strike, so more quick work for Vele. And now, finally, someone is throwing a football, not a baseball, but a football in the Honkers bullpen. It's the first signs of life we've seen out there all night.
Well, and honestly, with 2 down here in the 6th, it's just 76 pitches for Dylan Vele. We saw Cody Snow last night for the Blackfins throw 113 pitches. I don't think Vele is going to do that, but his pitch count still is low.
That's upstairs, just barely, for ball 2. Low reaching base would bring up Rylan Gullard, and we've already seen a couple big moments from Gullard this year. Counts 2-1. Vele to low, and that is into right center. Serious carry on it. A long run, but the play is made by Bryce Moser in the power alley, and Dylan Vele goes 1-2-3 in the 7th inning. He's under 80 pitches through 7 here at the Friar, and the Honkers take a 2-run lead into the 8th inning.
And I think the Fish Sticks have been kind of going on cruise control in this game after beating the top 2 teams in the PIL the last 2 days, the Studs and the Blackfins, and they thought, okay, this is the Northwest Honkers now. It's a 16-1 victory the last time we played them, and not putting forth their best effort right now, and they're running out of outs.
Pony Hop competitors putting forth their best effort over in shallow left field. That's not allowed. And she still didn't win. Justice is served in the Pony Hop today. A crafty idea, but obviously that's not going to work. And I think that might be the first Pony Hop in weeks where we haven't seen someone just go face first into the grass.
Well, it's hard to go face first when you just run instead of hopping with the pony.
I've seen Daniel Jones do that. So Jaden Mizuno is back out for the Fish Sticks. We saw Mizuno give up 2 hits and then an error, followed by 2 walks in that 7th inning, where the Honkers were able to bring home 3 runs and take their 3rd different lead of this game and tied for their largest. And the top of the order is due up for the Honkers right here. Bryce Moser, Alex Chamberlain, and Seamus Brown.
Yeah, and after losing 2 games in the last 2 days to the Redmond Dudes, who the Fish Sticks have gone 4-1 against this year, the Honkers are just 6 outs away from taking this one, which would kind of be a shocking victory here at the Friar.
Mizuno misses up for ball 1 to Moser. Moser 2 for 3 on the day. Worked a walk and crossed home plate 2 times in the first 2 innings of this game. It's outside for ball 2 from Mizuno.
Yeah, Mizuno had walk issues his first inning of work. I'm surprised to not see a pitching change, to be honest. That's low again. It's a 3-0 count.
No, that was called strike.
Oh, called strike. Okay, I was a little surprised by that. I looked away before I saw it, but he had 2 walks in his first inning of work, and that's 10 walks combined between 3 pitchers used for the Sticks.
2-1, grounded over to Kung. He takes a couple steps back. Throw to low is way high, and Moser reaches on a throwing error. Another leadoff runner for the Honkers in this game.
Yeah, I don't know if that's really Noah Kung's fault. He had no choice but to let that ball come to him deep in the shortstop position. Moser's got a ton of speed, and Kung had to rush that throw. He doesn't have the most amount of arm power on this team, and forced low off the bag, and just great hustle by Moser.
That brings up Chamberlain. Had a double his last time up off Jaden Mizuno. So this is now Mizuno's second time through the order. And he misses up and out for ball 1. How many first pitch strikes do you think we've seen from the Fish Sticks today?
About 10%.
Chamberlain, that is going to clear the ice chest in foul territory and almost hit the Bartholomew gazebo out there on a few bounces, which still baffles me that he hit that in the air. Braden Bartholomew hit a foul ball that hit a gazebo out here at Steve Cox Memorial Park that is probably about 60 feet clear of the fence. And Mizuno's got the runner picked off. Moser breaks for second, and he's not there in time. Moser almost made a heck of a play on the base pass, but a huge pickoff for Mizuno right there. It's the first out of the 8th.
Yeah, that's a huge out and a good heads-up play from Jaden Mizuno and Vaughn Lowe to get the out there. That ball was a little high for Lowe at first base, and ooh, that looked like Moser might have been safe in there, but that will be the first out.
And now Mizuno fires in strike 2.
So I'm actually looking, first pitch strike percentage this game is just 40%. That is a number that should be up 70, 75% for the Fish Stick pitching staff.
Mizuno ahead right here, 1-2. Goes off speed and just misses by a hair for ball 2. I mean, looking back at that replay, Bryce Moser should probably be on second right now.
He should, yeah.
We've seen a couple instances of the Fish Sticks getting some gifts today. Jake Daly didn't touch second on the way back, and he ended up scoring as Chamberlain fouls that away. And Vaughn Lowe's foot was not on the bag when that was fielded by Bryce Moser. And right there, you can see the hand hit the bag first. So the Fish Sticks, another gift of a call today.
Yeah, he's in there safely, in my humble opinion. That's a great replay again from our crew behind the scenes.
Our replay crew's having a night.
They are. They usually have a night. They always have a night.
2-2, foul off again by Chamberlain. Nice play out there by the Honkers first base coach, and he'll stay alive 2-2. We also haven't seen too much of this from the Fish Sticks. A lot of deep counts, and that's a reason Dylan Vele has been able to go 7 strong innings today.
Yeah, I'd expect a different pitcher to come out for the 9th inning, but Mizuno having a bit of a cleaner start.
Chamberlain chases down low, and it's the first strikeout of the evening for Jaden Mizuno, and it's the second out of the 8th.
Yeah, Mizuno firing back after that leadoff walk. Or excuse me, leadoff single, I guess, will go down in the books after Noah Kuhn couldn't make the play. He was picked off. It was a nice play by Mizuno to get Bryce Moser, who has a ton of speed, to get picked off, and then comes right back and fires in a strikeout there of Chamberlain. So really good work from Mizuno after a rough inning in the 7th where he let up 3 runs. Seamus
Brown watches outside for ball 1. Obviously, Not the most traditional way to do it, but a 1-2-3 inning, in a way, against the top 3 hitters in this lineup would give the Fish Sticks a burst, no doubt about it, as that's down low for ball 2. But right now it feels like the Fish Sticks need a burst because the air, frankly, it feels like it's kind of been sucked out of the Friar tonight.
Yeah, after 2 thrilling games against 2 really good teams in the Studs and the Blackfins, this is a team that the Fish Sticks should beat and beat easily the last time they played, and they're down to their last 6 outs.
All right. Cleared Seamus Brown up high, and it's 3-0. This would be walk number 11 issued by the Fish Sticks today. That would Brown had to duck out the way. I don't think it mattered. I think it would have missed it. And zone finder for Mizuno for strike 1.
Yeah, now combined between Montano, Mizuno, Guedes, Rodriguez, and Miller, there have been 146 pitches and more balls than strikes.
There's a strike right there as Brown fouls that away, and Mizuno has battled back in the count right here. Already a strikeout in this inning for Mizuno. Looking for another to sit down these 3 batters. Payoff pitch on the way from Mizuno. Grounded over, and Vaughn Lowe handles it. Quick inning for Jaden Mizuno, exactly what the Fish Sticks needed to see. And they are looking to make up 2 runs in the next 2 innings down the stretch here at the Friar. 6-4 Honkers going into the bottom of the 8th on the Fish Sticks Network.
Once upon a home in the Issaquah Highlands, the Parkers used Thumbtack for a new kitchen island. Now the pizza is cooking and the kids are excited. Thank goodness for Thumbtack and all it provided. Start your home story on Thumbtack.
Wendy's went back to the kitchen to give our famous spicy chicken sandwich a total upgrade. More crunch, more flavor, with heat that just hits. Is this our best spicy chicken ever? Looks like a yes to me. Spicy chicken just got better at Wendy's.
They always say, think happy thoughts. It's easy when you're a Wendy's Cookie Dough Frosty Fusion. I'm an instant dopamine hit. Get it? Dope-amine? Like cookie dough. I said like cookie dough! Happiness is a Cookie Dough Frosty Fusion at Wendy's.
Oh, Audrey, look over there.
Where? Oh, a whole herd of reindeer beers.
Not herds, Audrey. Rainier's come in 6-packs.
Oh.
Wake up, Harley.
Harley, look at the reindeers. Oh, they're just so fresh and friendly.
Fish Sticks chasing 2 runs as we head into the bottom of the 8th at the Friar. The Northwest Honkers lead 6-4. And this would be a surprising one for everyone involved.
Yeah, and Dylan Vele is out for now his 8th inning of work, and a complete game right now is not out of the question. He has just 78 pitches thrown, and working with the lead right now, he's just been a dream start for the Honkers, who again just have 14 total players available. So I'm guessing they maybe have one more pitcher only available to come out of the pen before they start dipping into positional players. So Vele is doing exactly what the Honkers needed him to do, and after 2 straight losses to the bottom of the PIL and the Redmond Dudes, the Honkers are looking to take down the scorching hot Fish Sticks, who have won 7 of their last 8 games.
And Vele has not deteriorated as the night has gone on. He's faced the minimum in his past 2 innings. Now he's got a tough task here. Rylan Gullard, Noah Kung, and Noah Benedict due up for the Sticks. Gullard shows bunt on the first pitch of the inning, and it drops in for strike 1. Gullard 1 for 3 on the day with a base hit back in the 5th. Vele still under 80 pitches, and that's up for ball 1.
Gullard 1 for 3 today, had a line drive single his last time up. It's a perfect spot for the Sticks to try to get back into things. They've made 2 straight 8th inning comebacks.
Gullard watches strike 2. Drop into the zone. It's that changeup again to Gillard, and obviously comfortable in 2 strike counts. We have seen a K from him today, a rare K. That was all the way back in the first. And 1-2, right back at Vele. What a play. Dylan Vele can do no wrong right now. 1 gone in the bottom of the 8th, and that is just shot right at his glove.
It's great reflexes, but he didn't have to move that glove very much. Again, a great piece of hitting by Goller. That's now the 4th time this game that a batter has just completely hit the brakes off the baseball right at a defender.
Even if that's right at his glove, that's still a really tough play to make. And Vele made it look easy. First pitch to Kung missed for ball 1, and that's a chase down and out.
Kung got a little ahead of himself there. That ball was bounced well before the plate.
That's another chase outside. That is virtually the same spot for Dylan Vele, and he's ahead 1-2 on his 2nd straight hitter. One, 2 on the way. It's the same exact pitch, and it's another chase from Noah Kung. Vele, another K. He's faced the minimum now in his past 2 2/3 innings, and Noah Benedict will come up with 2 down in the 8th.
That's now 6 strikeouts and just 1 walk here for Vele. Through 7 2/3 now, has only allowed 2 earned of the 4 runs combined. He's got 59 strikes now through 86 pitches.
Now Benedict swings and misses. Benedict 2 for 3 on the evening. An RBI double in the 1st and a single in the 3rd. But Vele working so well right now in his 8th inning of the night. And he's ahead 0-2 on Benedict.
And Benedict's had Vele's number today with the double and a single already in this game. But, man, the Sticks have just completely been shut down, really, since the 2nd inning. This is not the hot Sticks bats that we've become used to seeing.
Benedict leaves that be. Before ball 1, just now, that was 5 straight swings and misses for Dylan Vele. So even if it's late in his night, it is working for him. 1-2 coming to Benedict. It's another swing and a miss. 8 innings for Dylan Vele on the mound. He's only gotten better as the night goes on. The Honkers head into the 9th, up 2.
Boy, what an incredible bottom of the 8th inning for Dylan Vele after, again, the last 2 8th innings in the last 2 nights for the Fish Sticks have been big rallies. They've scored 2 last night. They scored 6 the night before, or 3 the night before, excuse me. And those were rallies that gave them the lead, and now suddenly they're staring at a 2-run deficit here in the 9th inning to a team that they beat 16-1 less than a month ago.
So Jaden Palacios will come in for the Fish Sticks. We saw him debut in Salem as a pinch runner, and then his debut on the mound came last night in a really big spot in the top of the 8th inning where the Blackfins were able to take the lead on him. It was Micah Bartle clearing the bases, giving the Blackfins an 8-7 lead in the top of the 8th. Fish Sticks, of course, came back to win that one, but they've got a tough road back now. Down 2 in the 9th inning, and Palacios tasked with just keeping the Fish Sticks in this one.
Man, this is 2 tough spots to be in for Palacios and his 2 first appearances as a Fish Stick. Obviously, last night's was a much tougher spot with the bases loaded and the Sticks protecting just a 2-run lead. But now here in the 9th, this is all important for Palacios to keep this game within 2 runs, because 2 runs is much more surmountable than even 3 runs. I mean, obviously it is, but getting 2 base runners aboard and maybe even 2nd and 3rd would score on a single. That's just so much easier to come back from for the Sticks. So 2 appearances and 2 tough situations for Palacios in his first appearances as a Fish Stick.
Logan Pontecorvo, Jason Franzel, and Jordan Singleton due up for the Honkers. Last time all these guys were up, they ended up reaching base. It was Pontecorvo on a base hit, Franzel on an error, and then Jordan Singleton on one of the 10 walks issued by the Fish Sticks on the evening. if you're Palacios, you got to be thinking strikes, strikes, strikes. Walks have been the killer tonight.
Yeah, they have been. That's exactly why the Honkers are in the lead right now, is because the Sticks have let up 11 free bases. We've talked about it since the beginning of the game. And right now, that is coming back to haunt the DubSea Fish Sticks, who we did not expect this game to even really be close after that 16-1 drubbing on June 15th. And now the Fish Sticks in grave danger of dropping this one. And this is an important game for them in PIL play.
The top two teams in the standings, the Seattle Studs and the Seattle Blackfins, faced off earlier today. The Studs came out on top 11-9. If the Fish Sticks were to battle back and end up winning this game, that would work them into a tie for second with the Blackfins in the PIL. And they would remain 3 games back of the Studs in the PIL race. Now, the Fish Sticks do have a lot. They have a couple more games in PIL play remaining than the Studs, so they have some ground where they can make up easily without the Stud, without having to worry about the Studs and or the Blackfins. But when you're facing a team like the Honkers, you got to be able to get these wins, especially in a league where there really isn't a postseason. Palacios quickly behind 2-0 to Pontecorvo.
Yeah, this is just not the start that Palacios wanted, to be quite frank. The pitching staff needs anyone that can come in and fire strikes and be ahead in counts.
Quickly 3-0 to Pontecorvo. 10 walks in the first 8 innings of this game. There's a hit by pitch mixed in there as well, all the way back in the first. And I think this, obviously, you don't want to make excuses for a struggling pitching staff, but there has to be some part of this that is attributed to Kenji Bray being listed as the starter and then ending up not starting this game, which kind of just shook up the entire rotation.
It did, and Rodrigo Montano felt it. He was kind of thrown into the starting role pretty much last second, about 5 minutes before first pitch.
It's into right field. Might stay in playable land. Benedict calls everyone off, and he makes the catch. So after falling behind 3-0, Jaden Palacios gets a nice first out here in the ninth.
Yeah, huge battle back there from Palacios to come back from down 3-0. Again, another high leverage situation from him. That's a crucial first out. The Sticks have not been able to retire the first base runner of the inning at all today. That's a big one there.
So here's Jason Franzel, one of the odder days at the plate you're ever going to see today. 3 walks to start this game and then reach on an error by Beckett Turnbow last time up. And that's inside for ball 1. Another first pitch ball from this Fish Sticks pitching staff.
Go back to the trusty first pitch percentage, down to 37% today. That is not a number you want to be standing at.
1-0 comes in from Palacios, and it's up and out once again. Counts 2-0. I mean, he did just fall behind 3-0 and end up getting the out, but at some point you've got to start pumping strikes into the zone. 2-0 on the way, and he does just that. It's into right field again, and Noah Benedict will have an easy time hauling in the second out of the inning, so a couple flyouts to right field for Palacios. Even though he's falling behind in counts, he's still coming up with outs, which is big right now.
Yeah, I don't love the Honkers' discipline at the plate. Last time up, hitter was swinging on a 3-0 count. That time, Franzel was swinging on a 2-0 count, and Palacios has obviously been struggling to find the zone. So interesting approach there from the Honkers, but a great job from Palacios to battle back in both counts.
Now here's Singleton. That is laced foul. Singleton, a lot of hard hit balls off his bat today, but still looking for his first hit. He's 0 for 3 with a walk. Oh, 1 on the way from Palacios, and that's down for ball 1. Everyone but Kazushi Miwa has been walked today in the Honkers lineup. Singleton part of that group. Meanwhile, in the 9-hole today. And Singleton, that is grounded over to Vaughn Lowe. Good cover by Palacios, and he goes 1-2-3 in the top of the 9th. Exactly what Palacios needed to do, and a strong outing here in the 9th inning. But the Fish Sticks need 2 in the bottom half, or else they take a loss to the Northwest Honkers at the Friar tonight. We'll be right back with the bottom of the 9th on the Fish Sticks Network.
Wendy's went back to the kitchen to give our famous spicy chicken sandwich a total upgrade. More crunch, more flavor, with heat that just hits. Is this our best spicy chicken ever? Looks like a yes to me. Spicy chicken just got better at Wendy's.
They always say, think happy thoughts. It's easy when you're a Wendy's cookie dough frosty fusion. I'm an instant dopamine hit. Get it? Dope-amine? Like cookie dough. I said like cookie dough! Happiness is a cookie dough frosty fusion at Wendy's.
For over 15 years, As You Wish Electric has offered the comprehensive electrical solutions Seattle families trust. We are proud to announce that we can now also serve your plumbing, heating, and cooling needs. As we grow, we are committed to delivering the same knowledgeable and friendly experience that earned our spot as the region's top-rated electrical company. Contact As You Wish Electric Plumbing, Heating, and Air today to learn more.
Fish Sticks down 2 here in the bottom of the 9th, and yes, that is Dylan Vele on the mound, going for the complete game. What an 8th inning it was for him on the mound. He caught a line out off the bat of Rylan Gillard, then struck out Noah Kuhn and Noah Benedict swinging back-to-back in a 1-2-3-8.
Yeah, and he's up to just 90 pitches now in 8 innings, so the Matic's not in play. But, I mean, an impressive performance after letting up 3 runs in the first 2 innings. Only 2 of them that were earned. He's got 7 Ks and just 1 walk. And man, this would be an insane performance if you were be able to finish this one out.
Evan Hellner, Riley Sonoy, Alex Hamada do up for the Sticks. That's 4, 5, 6 in the order. And Hellner is a great guy to have up leading off this inning. Hit so many singles, came into this game with a 339 average. So looking to reach base for the first time today. 0 for 3, also grounded into a double play. Ahead 2-0. We haven't seen too many instances where Vele's fallen behind 2-0, 3-0, 3-1 today.
Base runners are everything right now. If I'm Hellner, I am taking this pitch no matter what.
Does just that, and it skips off the plate for ball 3. There is a bullpen arm ready for the Honkers. We saw him warming up all the way back in the 7th. So is that arm even hot anymore if you're the Honkers, or are you just ride or die with Dylan Vele in this 9th inning?
Right now, it's ride or die.
3-0 on the way to Hellner. It's a 4-pitch walk to start the bottom of the 9th inning. Only the 2nd walk issued by Vele on the day. Now Riley Sonoy will come up, and the Honkers dugout will start to move around.
Obviously not the end of the world for Vele, but in the last 2 games, the Sticks have been able to overcome this exact deficit. So do they have more magic in them? That would complete a crazy trifecta of games here at the Friar.
Riley Sonoy now up 0 for 2. He's the other guy in this lineup that has worked a walk today. That was back in the 6th. He was then doubled up on a hot shot line out by Alex Hamada. Vele comes home, and Sonoy behind 0-2. So after a 4-pitch walk, Vele just right back to where he's been all day, which is in the strike zone. O2 on the way to Sonoy. Hamada is on deck, so he will be hitting right here. 0-2 swung on and missed. Another K for Dylan Vele this evening. And there's 1 gone here in the 9th.
And that is number 8, and that is a huge out. Just a fastball right at the knees, dares Sonoy to swing. He does just that. He had to with a 2-strike count, and now just 2 outs away from a complete game.
Alex Hamada comes up. Hamada, some of the hardest contact we've seen from either side today. Last time up, it just went right at Logan Pontecorvo over at first, and it turned into a double play. First pitch missed in for ball 1. We are just now hitting the 2-hour mark in this game. One of the fastest games that's probably ever been played here at the Friar.
Well, 2.5, since it was a little bit of an earlier
start.
start.
It was 6:05.
But still, this would be by far the quickest game we've seen at the Friar today, and that's attributed to Dylan Vele and the work he's done on the mound.
I forgot we start at 6:05 on Saturdays.
It's all right.
My fault.
It's all right. That's why I'm here.
Hamada ahead 2-0, and he watches ball 3. So a walk here. It would be the second walk of the inning issued by Vele, who only had 1 coming in to the 9th, and it would put Hellner in scoring position in the tying run on first. Would you even swing until you see strike 2 right now? You got to make Vele come to you right
Yeah,
now.
there's absolutely in no way, shape, or form does Alex Hamada swing on this pitch. But another thing to note, Peyton Barsotti is on deck. We've seen him hit 2 of the longest home runs we've seen this season. And putting him as the go-ahead run here in the bottom of the 9th at the dish would not be a good move if you're the Honkers.
The lights are on at the Friar in timely fashion, unlike last night. And Alex Hamada is ahead 3-0. We haven't seen too many mound visits today between Vele and Seamus Brown, but probably a well-timed one right there. Alex Hamada, 0 for 3 on the day, still looking to reach base for the first time, just like Hellner was to start this 9th inning. Hamada way ahead 3-0. Vele comes home. Zone finder, strike 1.
I would imagine that if Vele were to walk Hamada here, it would be the end of the night. The Honkers quickly got up the bullpen arm as soon as he walked Hellner.
3-1 coming home. Hamada fouls it off. Late to that, and now the count's full. This is far and away the biggest pitch of the night so far.
And this is a crucial one. I would expect Vele to just go right with the fastball, a zone finder, and just dare Alex Hamada to swing the bat right now.
Vele ready with the payoff pitch. Hamada into right field. It's not going to have enough carry. Moser comes in from center, and Dylan Vele 1 out away from a complete game win here in the Friar. And Peyton Barsotti looking to make the last stand for the Fish Sticks.
What a comeback in the count. Down 3-0, and there's a pitcher's mound visit, and we're thinking, oh my goodness, there's going to be 2 on with 1 out for Barsotti, who's a big power hitter, and suddenly he throws 3 straight strikes, and Hamada pops out, and now he's 1 out away from a complete game here at the Friar.
Barsotti looking to keep the Fish Sticks alive in this game. Hellner on first, so Barsotti is the tying run. And Vele, another first pitch strike. Not sure Barsotti's going to see a better one than that, and it's 0-1.
In terms of this season, especially in terms of the PIL standings, this would be the toughest loss of the season for the Fish Sticks, who are on fire right now.
Big lead for Hellner over at first. And now the pickoff move in time. Complete game for Dylan Vele. And the Northwest Honkers pull off the upset in the Friar. My goodness, what a performance from Vele on the mound. 6-4, Honkers win.
That, plain and simple, is unacceptable over at first base. Hellner was just trying to get cute with it and then snuck over to first, and he's picked off. I mean, that is unbelievable. And in a game that was completely sloppy from the start for the Fish Sticks, that is just a fitting way to end it. Barsotti doesn't even get a chance at home plate to try to tie this game up with 1 swing. And after 2 thrilling wins against the top 2 teams in the PIL this season, the Honkers, who are 5-9 in PIL play, storm into the Friar and take a 6-4 victory behind a complete game from Dylan Vele. I am in shock.
Hats off to Dylan Vele for that performance. Both teams went back and forth in the first 2 innings of this game. It was 3-3 through 2. That was the bulk of the runs we saw all night. Then the Fish Sticks finally pulled out in front in the 5th, and they led 4-3, but then a 3-run 7th, which ended up being the difference for the Honkers. The Fish Sticks walked 10 batters today. There were also 3 errors added into the mix. And Dylan Vele goes all 9 here at the Friar, and the Honkers, in a game where they didn't even have, I wouldn't even say they had a good day swinging the bat, played 6 runs, and that is enough with Dylan Vele on the mound. A 6-4 win for the Northwest Honkers, and Friar feels lifeless right now.
It does, and Vele, I mean, just tip your cap to him. It was a phenomenal game. He had 8 Ks, just a sliver over 100 pitches tonight. Just 2 walks, one of which came in a pressure spot in the bottom of the 9th. He walked the leadoff man, Evan Hellner, and then there's the pickoff. Hellner was almost a quarter of the way down to second base. There is no reason for Hellner to be doing that. Absolutely none, especially with the tying run at the plate. And man, I mean, the Sticks basically gifted this win to the Honkers, who were glad to take it. And that is a brutal blow now to the Sticks in the PIL standings after making up 2 huge games in the last 2 days.
So the Northwest Honkers come in, one of their more impressive wins of the year. They improved to 6-9 on the season in PIL play, and the DubSea Fish Sticks, that is a backbreaker. Obviously still alive in the race, but especially against teams like the Honkers and the Dudes and the Merchants, you're going to need to come out with those games. And the Honkers, behind just a spirited performance from Dylan Vele on the hill, take this one 6-4. A sluggish performance from the Fish Sticks turns into a dreadful loss, and they will get tomorrow off. Then they head up to Funko Field in Everett to take on the Everett Merchants for the first time this season. Then up to Port Angeles to face off with the lefties of the West Coast League. Then the Bellingham Bells, another West Coast League tilt. And then they're back at home next week. So the Northwest Honkers, what a win this is for them. They take it 6-4 over the Fish Sticks. For Kyle Sweeney, Connor Ryan, our director, everyone on the broadcast team, I'm Angus Trangmo. Have a great night. And the Honkers take this one home 6-4.